This is Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo, 1350. Let's head courtside and join the voice of the pack, Jim Brooks.
And thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Massari Arena for the start of the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference Shootout, or the RMAC Shootout, if you want to shorten it up a little bit. Just flows a little bit better that way. The Thunderwolves playing host to Colorado Mesa University here tonight at Massari Arena. Thunderwolves earning the home game by being the second-place team in the conference. Mesa coming in, they are the 7th-ranked team, the number 7 seed, and kind of deceptive when you look at it, especially this whole women's side of the bracket. And when you look at scores that are already in tonight, it doesn't matter if you're the lower seed, you are going to have a good chance to win tonight. And the Thunderwolves facing this Mesa Ball Club, they are 17-9 overall. They were 14-8 in conference play, which earned them the 7th place billing. Inexplicably lost their last ball game to Westminster on their home court, which I found kind of surprising. Westminster, although they gave the Thunderwolves a pretty good battle this year in Salt Lake City, just was kind of surprised that Mesa would drop that ball game, and they lost it in overtime, 69-62 to the Griffins of Westminster. So they're coming in on air on a little bit of a downer, but before that they'd won 3 straight. And 6 of their last 7 going into that final loss. So when you add that one in, 6 of their last 8. So this is by no means a club that's going to be a pushover for a first-round game here tonight for the Thunderwolves. Thunderwolves, on the other hand, they were hoping to get a little help last Friday night up in Golden, but Colorado Christian unable to pull off the upset, so the Thunderwolves had to settle for second place in the conference. It didn't matter where they were going to be seeding-wise. The Lions had the tiebreaker advantage on them already, but the Thunderwolves do come in as the number 2 seed, and they've set an all-time record for wins in a season with 23 in the first year of Jim Turgeon being the head coach, 23-5 overall, 18-4 in conference play, and it went right down to the end. And whether they could win that elusive regular season title, something a Csu-Pueblo or /USC program from back in the 70s has done since the late 70s. So it would have been something special if the Thunderwolves could have pulled off that trick of winning a regular season conference title. But they are no stranger to winning the RMAC Shootout. They won it 4 times under Kip Drown. They also won it once back in the regime of Misty Murphy. So the Thunderwolves have won the RMAC Shootout 5 times. And last year, they defeated Mesa in the semifinals in Grand Junction before falling on Saturday night to Colorado Christian in the RMAC Shootout final. So the Mavericks here of Colorado Mesa would like to return the favor and knock off the Thunderwolves here on their home court. They only met 1 time this year, and the Thunderwolves did win that ball game in Grand Junction at Mesa, and it was a very competitive ball game. Thunderwolves actually trailed it to Colorado Mesa in the second half, but trailed by as many as 6 points in the second half, trailed by as many as 10 early on in the ball game before coming back and winning the ball game. And this year, the final ended up being 70-59 in front of a pretty raucous house in Grand Junction that night. It was actually close to a sellout for the men's game as they filtered in later on in the ball game, but it was a tough atmosphere. But the Thunderwolves come from 6 down in the third quarter, eventually win the ball game 70-59. Csu Anderson had a special night in that game, as well as Molly Rohr, and I think that's the thing the Thunderwolves have. They're going to hang their hat on, thinking they have an advantage there, perhaps, with the inside play. Depth not as good for Mesa. They do have one big player inside that'll give Molly Rohr maybe some problems early on in the ball game. But once you get past her, then you might have some success in there, and that's what the Thunderwolves are going to hang their hat on, is getting the ball inside tonight to Molly Rohr. We're talking, of course, about Erica Masante from Mesa. She's 6'2", a junior. She only averages 5.5 points, 6 rebounds a ball game, but her main job is play defense and try to shut down Molly Rohr, who averages 12.5 points a game, and just named today to the Freshman of the Year in the RMAC. A nice honor there for Molly Rohr. She also earns first-team All-RMAC honors, as well as does Csu Anderson. Dee Arrieta was on the second-string selection there for the All-RMAC honors this week. Both teams kind of mirror images of each other. Thunderwolves average 67 a game. Mesa, they come in averaging 65. Thunderwolves give up 57 a game. Mesa give up 58. So you can see right there, stats are very close. The one glaring difference when you look at the numbers in the ball game, Mesa does shoot the three. They hit 9 3-pointers a game, 9.3 to be exact, while holding their opponent to under 5 a game. So they have an advantage in that area. Thunderwolves averages 6.5 3-pointers a game. They gave up 6 3-pointers a game. So very even in that category. So we'll see if the Thunderwolves can slow down the 3-point game of Mesa and perhaps get their offense in gear here tonight. Kind of get the feeling the team that can get into the 60s first here tonight might be the team that wins this ball game. Come back after this timeout. We'll talk to the head coach, Jim Turgeon. That all comes your way next. Thunderwolves pregame show on Fox Sports Pueblo. Show, and joining me now, head coach Jim Turgeon. Jim, welcome to the playoffs.
Oh, thank you. Glad to be here.
I'll say I got a great seed here, the second seed, but that's where all the great news stops. You're playing a pretty good, rugged opponent here with a good tradition.
Absolutely. They've won 3 conference championships in a row until this year. They're a prideful group too. They want to make up for what they think they didn't do as well as they thought they were going to do, and I'm sure they're going to be ready to go. And they scare the heck out of me.
Well, let's talk about your ball club. That last game last week, I thought your team came out and really acquitted themselves quite well. The opponent really didn't put up a great fight, but I think you took the fight out of them.
Well, I thought we had after the first few minutes of the game, I thought we had great energy and we really shared the ball. We had 18 assists, which I think is a high for the year. I thought we did a really exceptional job of playing together and playing for each other, and you could really tell it by the way we played.
Well, you mentioned that great energy. I think the only time your club's really struggled this year, with the exception maybe the Regis game, the first game of a weekend, you're always pretty dynamite. That's when you had a lot of your success, or you've had a couple days rest. Maybe that translates into something.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm nervous about it because, we practiced the last 2 days, but we didn't do much 5-on-5 stuff. We did a lot of shooting, a lot of breakdown work. There's not a whole lot you can improve on at this point in the season, but you worry about the contact, the timing of it all. So I hope we're ready to go, and we'll just find out.
Well, this Mesa Ball Club are one of those teams that's kind of scary. They've lost some games you think they'd have no business losing, but they're very competitive in other games, and that, I guess, says they shoot the ball pretty well, and that's, if they come in and have a hot night, that can give you problems.
They're a tough matchup because their forwards play more like guards, and they shoot the ball their whole team shoots the ball really well, but their bigs shoot the ball good. That makes them, they spread you out, and that makes them really hard to guard. They're a very dangerous team. I know Coach likes to say that against every opponent they play, but it's very true in this case. We're going to have our hands full.
Well, they score the ball well, plus they hold opponents down. You're kind of mirror images if you look at a lot of the stats coming into this ball game. I guess the big advantage you have might be Molly Rohr inside.
I think so. They got one big post player, and she's third in the conference in block shots. But after that, we have more depth at that position at the 4 and 5. So I think we do have an advantage inside. I think we took advantage of that last time. We'll have to see how they make adjustments on defense, how they guard our ball screens, how they're going to guard the post. He's a really good coach, and I'm sure he's going to make some adjustments.
Well, you always look at a game like this as well in a one-and-done situation. We'd like to get off to a good start so nervousness doesn't set in, I guess.
Without question. We're the higher seed, so it'd be good if we got off to a good start and kept the lead and put the pressure on them instead of us, because if they lose, their season's probably over. If we lose, we might still be able to play some more, but we're not going to take that chance. We're going to try to win this game.
All right, good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
All right, Thunderwolves head coach Jim Turgeon back in the starting lineups. Opening tip-off all comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Massari Arena as we get ready for the opener of the RMAC Shootout here. Thunderwolves playing host to the Mavericks of Colorado Mesa University. Fresh over the hill from Grand Junction, Colorado. Came over yesterday, worked out. We'll shoot around today, and they're ready to go here tonight. Thunderwolves men on the road. We'll keep tabs of them tonight. They are in Durango to take on Fort Lewis, and we'll keep you up to date on that ball game as the night goes on. I get a good feeling about that game. I think Thunderwolves men, they're going to surprise some people tonight, come out with a great effort against Fort Lewis, but we'll keep you up to date on that one as the night goes on. Some other games already underway in conference tournament play tonight. In Black Hills, Colorado Christian, they lead 27-23. over Black Hill State. We mentioned that the road team's having some success tonight. 30-26 they lead it at halftime right now. The other game of note, Fort Lewis now 7:01 to go in the third quarter. They lead Mines 39-37. And if Fort Lewis holds on and wins that ball game, the Thunderwolves win here tonight. The women would host the RMAC Shootout semifinals and finals here this weekend. But that's a long ways off. We'll keep you up to date on that one as the night goes on. We're going to take another 2-minute timeout right here. Come back while the starting lineups, the opening tip-off. It all comes your way next. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo.
KCCY Pueblo.
Back to Massari Arena. Let's join Dave Miller for tonight's starting lineups.
Arietta. From Colorado Mesa, a 5'9" junior. From American Fork, Utah, number 4, Brianna Adams. From Csu-Pueblo, a 5'10" senior. From Cedar Rapids, Iowa, number 13, Ashley Piper. From Colorado Mesa, a 5'4" senior. From Colorado Springs, Colorado, number 5, Lauren Rivera. From Csu-Pueblo, a 5'8" sophomore. From Vancouver, Washington, number 32, Csu Anderson. From Colorado Mesa, a 5'10" senior. From Taylorsville, Utah, number 21, Siu Luamanu. From Csu-Pueblo, a 6' freshman. From Loomis, California, number 33, Lauren Hine. From Colorado Mesa, a 6'2" senior. From Fort Collins, Colorado, number 34, Erica Musante. From Csu-Pueblo, a 6'2" freshman. From Greenwood Village, Colorado, number 42, Molly Rohr. The Mavericks are coached by Taylor Wagner, assisted by Carly Knudsen. The Thunderwolves, assistants Tara Moyers, volunteer assistant Tommy Turgeon, and head coach of the Thunderwolves, Jim Turgeon.
And we thank Dave Miller for bringing the starting line. This must be an RMAC edict. You're not allowed to pump up the home team before a ball game here, as they introduced both starting lineups simultaneously, and he wasn't allowed to put the usual flavor into it. So boo RMAC. You know, it's a home game for a reason here tonight. You earned it. You can do that stuff in the shootout this weekend, but let the home team be the home team here tonight. Thunderwolves, home white, blue numerals, red trim. Mesa in their road maroon, black numerals, a little gold trim. Molly Rohr to jump center. She'll jump it up against Musante. John Heflin is the referee. He'll put the ball in the air. It's up, and the tap is controlled by the Thunderwolves. Arietta will bring it across the timeline. Onto the right side to Anderson. Anderson thought about starting to drive. Now gets a screen, dribbles to the free throw, and goes down the lane, goes up with a running left-hander. Missed it. Shot was partially blocked, and the rebound to the Mavericks. And the outlet pass. Ahead, here's Sydney Small. Goes out top to Lauren Rivera with it. Rivera works to the left wing, now drives the baseline around Csu. Kicks it into the corner. Three-pointer is on the way. It's good. Brianna Adams from downtown, and it's 3-0 Mavericks. Ball on the right side. Anderson with it. Holds it there. She's going to launch a three-pointer. It's on the way. Swish! Csu Anderson says, I'll answer your three with one of my own. We're less than a minute into the ball game, tied up at 3 apiece. Rivera onto the left side. This is Sydney Small. She walked with the ball out top. Tried to work her way around a screen, and Ashley Piper kind of fouled things up there, and it caused the walk. Piper inbounds the ball to Arietta. Arietta will bring it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. We're all tied up at 3 apiece here early on. Ball on the right side, Piper has it. Looking for Hine down on the block. She backs her way into the paint. Wheels goes up on the baseline, lost it, regains it, comes outside to Rohr. Now gives it to Arietta. She's open for 3. Off the back iron, long rebound. Belongs to the Mavericks. Small gets it ahead. Ball on the right side. We've got a whistle and a foul on the Thunderwolves. And it's called on Csu Anderson. Ball's inbounded. On to the right wing. Now they hand it off up top to Luamanu. On to the left side to Rivera. They go up top, starting a drive. Brianna Adams, she's the leading scorer for this ball club. Missed the banker. Rebound missed by Rohr, but it goes into the hands of Arrieta. She'll bring it across the timeline. Into the corner. Csu with it. Now wheels to the baseline, pulls up, little 10-footer up off the back iron, no good. Hine with a rebound on the block. Has the ball ripped free, comes outside to Arrieta. Arrieta way outside with it, comes right side to Piper. Looking for Rohr on the block, can't get it to her. Hine will start a drive. In for the left, goes up the left hand, has a shot partially blocked, rebounded by the Mavericks. Physical play here in the early going, ball on the right side. Small drives into Piper, offensive foul. Sydney Sparrow on the call. Inbounds pass to Arrieta. And Arrieta will bring it across the timeline. Move up the top of the key, goes right side to Piper. Piper holds it there. She drives the baseline, cut off there, spins, goes up with a shot, left it a little short. And the rebound handled on the baseline by the Mavericks. The outlet pass ahead. They'll bring it across the timeline. Fire into the corner. Small with it. Pulls up. Can't get the shot off. Hounded there by Arrieta. Goes way up top to Adams. Adams works around a screen. Lobs it inside on the pick and roll. That should have been traveling. And there's the late whistle for the walk. They lobbed it inside to Musante. She had a little jog step there in the lane. Whistle was a little late, but it was the right call. Inbounds pass to Arrieta. Still tied at 3 apiece. 7:20 to go here in the first quarter from Massari Arena. Glad to have you along tonight. Here is Rohr, top of the left corner of the key. Bad pass. Tried to get it to Arrieta on the right side. Stolen away by Rivera. Rivera fires the left wing. Open. Jumper around the way by Loamanu. No good. Rebound to Musante in the lane. Got it over Rohr. Feeds it way outside. They'll reset. Here's Lauren Rivera. Point guard, senior out of Colorado Springs, hands the ball outside to Adams. She drives the right wing, goes up, missed the shot, but she was fouled from behind. That's going to be foul number 2 on Csu Anderson. Kind of a foolish reach in there. You always worry about early foul trouble to your stars. And Csu Anderson already with 2 fouls, just a little over 3 minutes into the ball game. And it sends Adams to the free throw line. First toss up and in. That means Mariana Lambert going to check in now for the Thunderwolves. She'll have one more. Second toss, no good. Piper chases down the rebound. 4-3, Mavericks on top. Here's a drive. Right side, Lambert now comes to the top of the key with it. Goes left side to Piper. Piper way out top to Rohr. Once in a while she'll shoot a 3 if they leave her open, but the Mavericks have that scouted. They go to Piper out at the top of the key. She drives into the paint, goes up with a running right-hander. Shot blocked by Musante nicely. And the rebound to Loamanu. Nice dish down the lane. Left-hand layup. Lift short, though, by Musante. A little bit out of control there. Thunderbolts come back with it. Arrieta now dribbling in front of the Mesa bench. Goes up top to Lambert. Now to Hine. Hine looks down for Rohr. Rohr going to back her way in. Goes up with the left hand and banks it in. Rohr took a pretty good bump there, like a shoulder check, but they don't call it. She still hit the left-hander anyway. Here's Rivera outside. On the left wing. Holds it there. Dribbles in, goes outside. Here's a three-pointer by Loamanu. Swish. Loamanu from downtown gives the Mavericks the lead back. They lead at 7-5. 5:40 to go here in the first quarter. Up top to Lambert. Lambert goes right side to Hine in the corner. Gives it up top to Piper. Piper gets it down to Rohr. Backs her way in, goes into the corner. Lambert's open for 3. It's on the way. Swish. Ariana Lambert from downtown makes it 8-7. Thunderwolves on top. Both teams with a couple of three-pointers here in the early going. Here's Rivera onto the right side. Well, there's a foul away from the ball. Offensive foul on the Mavericks. Illegal screen. No, he changes his mind here. It's going to be a foul on Lambert instead. Jasmine Johnson checks in for the Thunderwolves, along with Maddie Beagley. So it's Mesa ball on the block. Inbound it way outside, and it comes out now to Rivera. Rivera will reset. Goes on the right side to Musante. Gives it up top to Loamanu, onto the left wing to Rivera. Now outside. Here's Adams for 3. It's good. Brianna Adams, she can fill it up. She already has 7 points in the game, her second three-pointer. And it's 10-8. Mavericks on top. Johnson down low to Rohr. Ball batted away from behind. Comes right back out to Johnson. Onto the right side to Lambert. Lambert starts to drive into the paint. She's bumped, goes up with a shot. No, but she drew the foul. Foul will be on Brianna Adams. And we've reached our first timeout here of the ball game. 4:48 to go in the first quarter. Pretty good start by both teams here. Mavericks lead at 10-8. It's a 1-minute timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Massari Arena. Our officials for tonight's ball game. We already mentioned John Heffley is one of them. David Malmquist, Donovan Briggins. Free throw no good by Mariana Lambert. That's an upset in itself. She's an 89% free throw shooter, but you come out of a timeout, you freeze the free throw shooter. If you're going to miss one, that might be the time to expect it. We'll have one more. It's on the way. Swish. So 1 out of 2 for Lambert. It's at 10-9. Angie Moore checks into the ball game for the first time, and they'll get Molly Rohr out of there for a quick rest. Here is Rivera with it. On to the right side to Loamano. Comes way up top to Sydney Small. One bounce, hands it off to Rivera. Rivera into the corner. Open shot blocked by Arrieta on the shot attempt by their Adams, but Mesa gets the ball back. Dribble around the screen. Rivera starts to drive on Lambert. She's in. Missed the layup, though, and the rebound to Beagley. Hands it off to Arrieta. Arrieta now races it across the timeline. Gets it ahead to Jasmine Johnson. Couple bounces, now dribbles to the free throw line. Down the lane she goes, up and under with the left-hand scoop. Nice move by Jasmine Johnson. Thunderwolves back on top. 11-10. 4:05 to go here in the first quarter. Rivera across the timeline. And the ball up top. Loamano with it onto the right side to Small. Small down low, offensive foul on the Mavericks. Illegal screen. And that's foul number 2 on Brianna Adams. So their star has 2. Tule Sue Anderson with 2 for the Thunderwolves. So kind of even in that department. Adams with 7 of the 10 points already for Mesa. That's a big call earlier in the going. Taylor Wagner just raised his hand off on that foul. Says, come on, man. Halaleo into the ball game now for the Mavericks. Shannon Patterson in for the Thunderwolves. Gives it up top to Lambert. Lambert, right side to Beagley. Beagley holds it there. They're going to try to post up more. Can't find her, though. They give it off to Lambert. 14 on the shot clock. Lambert fakes, starts a drive, pulls up, free throw line jumper. It banks it in. The bank is open early. Lambert with 6. I don't think she meant to bank it in, but she'll take it. 13-10. Thunderwolves, 3.5 to go here first quarter. Ball out top. Loamano onto the left wing to Small. See where the Mavericks get offense from now with Adams on the bench. Loamano starts a drive. In from the right, dishes inside. Jasmine Johnson with the steal for the Thunderwolves. She'll start to break the other way across the timeline. Numbers aren't there. They go up top to Beagley. Down low to Angie Moore. Turns in the paint. Should have went up with a shot, and she's tied up, jump ball, and it'll belong to the Mavericks. When Moore got the ball, she should have wheeled and shot. Instead, she brought the ball down, and whenever a pivot player brings the ball down, it's an invitation for disaster. Into the ball game, Ashley Stevens now for the Mavericks, senior out of Bridgeport, Nebraska. Nicole Archambault also into the game, Canyon City native for the Mavericks. Here's a feed out top, three-pointer on the way. Off the back iron, no good. And Lambert had the rebound, lost it, but regains it to Patterson. Patterson now will race it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. In from the right, cut off there. Goes up top to Beagley, left side to Johnson. Looking for more. Passes to her, turns, faces, backs her way into the paint, goes up with the right hand hook and spins it in. Angie Moore, that time didn't waste much time, got the ball up. And the Thunderwolves on a 7-0 run now, lead at 15-10. 2.5 to go here in the first quarter. Ball up top. This is Stevens. They work the ball around on the perimeter. Rivera comes up top to Small. Small now, a little crossover move, gets a pick, drives in from the right, pulls up, can't get the shot off, goes outside, three-pointer by Stevens, no good. Rebound to Lambert. Lambert has the ball knocked away, but Johnson trying to get it, loose in the corner, taken away. Now it's tied up. Jump ball belongs to the Thunderwolves on the alternating possession. Good hustle there by Lauren Rivera, almost coming up with the possession for the Mavericks. Tell you one thing, the officials ignoring right away here. Ashley Stevens travels every time she steps into a three-pointer, but they're letting her get away with it. She kind of jumps into it. Here's Patterson bringing it across the timeline. Goes left side. Now up top to Beagley. Beagley going to lob it underneath the Moore. She's open, banks it in. Angie Moore got away with a little push there, just enough to get open. And it's 17-10, Thunderwolves on top. Here comes Rivera. The Mavericks have stalled ever since Adams went out of the ball game with that second personal foul. Looking for offense. Ball on the right side. They're going to go inside this time to Stevens. Turns, faces, can't get the shot up. Comes outside. Long three-pointer. High hoisted up. No good. Beagley with a rebound on the baseline for the Thunderwolves. Gets it ahead to Patterson. Patterson will bring it across the timeline. Drives in from the left. Into the corner to Lambert. Holds it there. Goes up top to Beagley. Fakes the three. Drives into the paint. Pulls up. Offensive foul called on Beagley. So it's Mavericks ball here with 1:20 to go in the first quarter. And Rivera will bring it across the timeline. Onto the left side. Sidney Small drives baseline around Johnson into the corner. Ball thrown away. Mavericks struggling for offense right now. They're going to get a substitution in the ball game. Jalen Duran now out of South High School in Pueblo in. She's a freshman. Taylor Wagner hoping for some hometown magic here. Jalen averages 5 points a game in her freshman season. Ball on the right side, Johnson with it. Fakes the drive, now steps back. She'll hoist a three-pointer short. And the rebound in the lane belongs to Rivera. She'll bring it across the timeline now for the Mavericks. Trying to stop this 9-0 run here. Here's a drive in from the wing. They hand the ball off outside. Skip it up top now to Duran into the corner. This is Archambault. She drives in on the baseline. Cut off. Feed it outside. Nothing working. Outside to Rivera. 10 on the shot clock now for the Mavericks. 35 to go in the quarter. Looking for somebody to come open. Stevens now starts the right. Ball stripped. Foul called on the Thunderwolves. Patterson had the clean steal, but the foul is going to be from behind. They're going to call it on Beagley. And that puts the Thunderwolves over the limit. So it'll be free throws for the Mavericks. That'll send Ashley Stevens to the free throw line. The freshman, only a 59% free throw shooter. Mavericks as a team, they shoot 71% from the free throw line. He's shooting a pair here. Free throw rims in and out, no good. Beagley out with those two fouls. Arietta going to check in here for this last 30 seconds of the quarter. Patterson going to come out. One more for Ashley Stevens. 5'10" senior out of Bridgeport, Nebraska. Second toss up, hits the front iron, gets the shooter's roll. So 1 out of 2. 17-11. Thunderwolves lead it by 6, going for the last shot here of the quarter. Johnson way outside with it. In trouble, gets rid of it to Arietta now. Down to 18 on the clock. Shot clock is off. Arietta looking for a high screen from Hine. Gets it, dribbles around it, pulls up, goes outside to Johnson. Johnson moves in from the left. Ball stripped away, goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Mavericks. 5 seconds to go on the clock. Now Molly Rohr going to check in. Comes in for more. Thunderwolves probably have a special play here. Probably going to try to lob it inside. We'll see what happens. They run the stack on the left side of the key. Johnson to trigger it in. Gets it in to Rohr on the baseline. Goes up with the left hand. Left it short. And the rebound to the Mavericks. And the horn sounds to end the first quarter. Good one for the Thunderwolves. They lead it 17-11. 1 minute timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Massari Arena. Thunderwolves on top. Down in Durango, Thunderwolves men lead it. Midway through the first half, they're up 20-12 over Fort Lewis. Fort Lewis off to a cold start, only shooting 25% down there in Durango. Thunderwolves shooting just under 50%. Good news is Thunderwolves only hit 2 3-pointers in that game, and they still have an 8-point lead. So maybe they can heat up. Here are Thunderwolves women shooting 47%. Fort Lewis 27%. Here's a three-pointer taken from the left wing, no good. And the rebound battled for it. Thunderwolves lose it. They outfight each other for it. Jump ball, Thunderwolves ball on the alternating possession. Lambert and Piper, perhaps the two most physical players for the Thunderwolves, both collided. They both wanted that rebound. That's not such a bad thing. Inbounds pass to Arrieta. Thunderwolves lead at 17-11. Arrieta on the left side to Piper. Piper works around a screen. They jump switch on her. Now back down low to Hine. She wheels in the paint. Goes outside Arrieta. Three ball on the way. Swish. Arrieta from downtown. Thunderwolves lead at 20-11. Their third three-pointer here of the first half. Here's the ball. Rivera out on the left wing for the Mavericks. Starts to drive. Goes up top to Small. Small now moves in. Cut off. Hands the ball off outside. Halillo in the ball game. Or Halillo. Out to the right side to Rivera. She starts to drive in from the right. Goes up. Shot swatted away by Lambert. Get it out of here. Now the Mavericks are going to come in with some more substitutions. Sidney Small, original starters, coming back in the ball game along with Loamanu and Musante. Still no Adams, though. She has those two fouls. Taylor Wagner not ready to roll the dice just yet with his star. Here's a feed outside. Loamanu for three out the back iron, no good. Rebound batted outside. Arrieta picks it up. She'll bring it across the timeline on the fly. Dribbles to the right wing. Cut off there. Skips it crosscourt. Bad pass. Ball knocked loose. Lambert, though, able to chase it down for the pack. Drives in on the left wing. Cut off. Keeps the dribble alive, though. Looking for Hine. Boy, Loamanu pulled the chair out from under. Almost fell down. Feet up top now to Roar. Roar onto the right side to Arrieta. Arrieta up top to Lambert. 8 on the shot clock. Lambert going to launch the jumper. Swish! It's a two-point shot. Lambert with 8. 22-11. Thunderwolves have doubled up the Mavericks here with 8:30 to go in the first half. Ball outside. Rivera carries it every other time. Here's a drive into the paint. Cut off. Go outside. Faking the jumper. Duran drives the baseline. Goes up. Shot blocked from behind by Piper. Outlet pass to Arrieta. Arrieta brings it across the timeline. Onto the right wing. Holds up there. The ball reached in and knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to the Thunderwolves.
Hey, sideline run it. Sideline run it.
Maluyo and let's see. I got to make sure I got that one right, folks. Apologize to our Maverick fans tuning in here. I had it right. Maluyo into the ball game now for the Mavericks. Piper will trigger it in. Gets the ball inbounded to Arrieta here. Arrieta dribbles to the right wing. 20 on the shot clock here. Thunderwolves lead at 22-11. Feed down low to Roar, and it's a bad pass. Gets away from Molly out of bounds.
Hey, we're good.
D was leading her toward the baseline, and Roar was thinking about going into the middle there, and the pass just went behind her. Feed to Musante. Now a nice dish back right side. Another shot blocked by Lambert. It hits off Maluyo, and it belongs to the Thunderwolves. Second block shot here of the first half for Mariana Lambert, asserting herself here. For the Thunderwolves. They've needed it because Tule Sue's on the bench, those two early fouls. Here's Arrieta on the right side to Piper. Piper lobs it inside to Hine. She's bumped on the baseline. Blocking foul called on the Mavericks. It was a late whistle, but John Heffley had to call something there. And the foul going to be called on Musante. Definitely is like a hip check. Hine was sent flying, ran out of bounds. Taylor Wagner has the gall to argue the call still. I guess he could. He's got pedigree. He's got street cred. Inbounds pass, offensive foul. There's the makeup call right there on the Thunderwolves. Foul on Molly Roar. I guarantee you that's a quick makeup call right there to kind of even things out. He gives one and he takes one away. Here is the drive across the timeline. Hand the ball off. Up top, three-pointer on the way. It's in and out, no good. Piper had the rebound, lost it, but it comes to Roar. Outlet pass to Arrieta. Arrieta across the timeline now for the Thunderwolves. Dribbles to the left wing, cut off there. Gives it up top to Piper. Now to Roar. Roar to the right side, and Lambert bump, no call. They reach in on her again. Fans incensed here. Here's Lambert, drives to the top of the key, cut off there. Goes right side to Arrieta. Arrieta moves in, comes up top to Hine, left side to Lambert. She's open, three-pointer on the way. Swish! Mariana Lambert with 11 on fire, and the Thunderwolves lead at 25-11. Here comes Rivera across the timeline. Goes right side now up top to Musante. Asante onto the right wing. Long three-pointer on the way by Loamano is no good. Long rebound goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Thunderwolves. Mesa's offense is stalled without Adams in the ballgame, and now the Mavericks are going to have to call a timeout. 6:46 to go here in the second quarter. Thunderwolves lead it 25-11. It is a 30-second timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Massari Arena. Yeah, we could have taken an extra 30 there. Carl Lawrenson is our producer and engineer tonight. Carl, they kept signaling 30, kept saying 30. Could have taken another one there. I thought they should change that to a 60 because it's going to take the place of the media timeout, but oh well. Thunderwolves men continue to lead in Durango, although Fort Lewis just hit a free throw. It's 23-20, 7:35 to go there in the first half. Let's check some of the other games here, the game we're interested in tonight. Fort Lewis, with 4 minutes to go, leads mine 70-59. If that holds, and the Thunderwolves continue to pour it on here and win this game, the Thunderwolves women would host the shootout this weekend. But still, a long way to go in both those games. Both the games, I guess I should say. Avalanche have come back to tie the Wild in the second period, 3-3. The big hockey game taking place tonight as well. Here, Thunderwolves with the ball ahead by 14, 25-11. They've outscored the Mavericks 8-0 here in the quarter, but they throw it away on the plays. Lambert tried to get it down to the baseline to Piper, and it just trickled harmlessly out of bounds. So Mavericks with the ball here. Down by 14, just trying to hold on here in this half. Get Adams back for the second half. Feet up top. Loamano drives into the paint. Feeds it into the corner. Can't get the three off. Sidney Small moves in. Feeds it outside to Maluyo. Now up top. Can't get the shot out. Back to Maluyo. She moves in. 7 on the shot clock. Gives it off up top. Desperation. 3 by Halalilo. No good. Rebound to Lambert. She's everywhere tonight. Outlet pass to Arrieta. She'll bring it across the timeline. Dribbles to the right wing. Looking for Rohr down on the block. Can't find her. They go to Hine instead. Now lob it inside to Rohr on the baseline. Fakes. Can't get the shot off. Into the corner to Lambert. Lambert should get it right back to Rohr. She does. Fakes. Goes into the corner to Lambert. 13 on the shot clock. Back to Lambert. They're going to give it to Rohr again. Backs her way in. Goes up with the right hand. Who left it short. Rebound to Hine on the baseline. Feeds it outside to Lambert. Moves in. Back to Rohr. In the paint. Goes up. Hammered. Foul on the Mavericks. Loamanu on the foul, and that'll send Molly Rohr to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Rohr on the year, 62% free throw shooter. First one up and good. Thunderwolves have outscored the Mavericks 9-0 here in this second quarter. One more for Molly Rohr, the freshman of the year in the RMAC this year. Second toss up and good. Moore comes into the ball game in place of Molly Rohr. Mariana Lambert gets a well-deserved rest. And Jasmine Johnson checks in now. Thunderwolves on top, 27-11. Ball onto the right side. They feed it down into the post. Turning, facing, going up. Shot is up. No good. Rebound batted around. And it's going to be a reach-in foul on Jasmine Johnson on the Thunderwolves. They had Sidney Small that time posting up on Arrieta. They're reaching into their tool bag for different play calls here. Posting up Small that time on Arrieta. Couldn't get the shot to drop, but she was able to get the rebound. Draws the first foul on Johnson. Inbounds pass comes way outside to Maluyo. Maluyo drives to the right wing, hands the ball off. Way outside, they run their weave game around the perimeter. Give it off up top. This is Archambault. Now back onto the left wing. Here's Halalilo. Goes onto the right side. Now they're going to launch a long three-pointer. It's an air ball. Rebound saved on the baseline. Shot clock doesn't reset. 10 on the shot clock. Mavericks with the ball here as they're able to save it. Now a long three-pointer on the way. It's off the iron, no good. Piper with a rebound. Outlet pass to Patterson. Patterson now will bring it across the timeline for the Pack. Dribbles to the right wing. Holds up. Looks down low for Hine. Has her. Wheels into the paint. Goes up with the left-hand hook. Left it short. It might have been partially blocked. Piper saved, but threw it away.
Hey!
Hoping for someone to be there on the wing. Nobody home.
Go to the basket. Hey, Vaughn. Take it to him. Take it to him. Hey, play the corner. Play the corner.
Inbounds pass. They bring it to Maluyo. She dribbles to the right wing. Comes up top to Small. Small starts a drive. Goes back to Maluyo. Onto the left wing. Moving in with it. A little crossover move by Honolulu. Fade away on the baseline. In and out. No good. Rebound, though, to the Mavericks. Ball stripped away and stolen by Patterson. Patterson now gets it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. Onto the right wing. Goes up top to Moore. Left side to Johnson. Johnson works around a screen. Drives into the paint. Goes outside to Patterson. Patterson drives into the paint. She's buffed. And finally a whistle and a call on the second time she was hit to the deck. And again, Taylor Wagner, as coaches will do, I say the call. I guess coaches are going to do what they do, but that was an obvious call. You cannot ignore that one. Maybe he thinks Patterson's that clumsy and just fell down. She'll go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Free throw up, no good. Patterson has struggled from the line this year, now 3 of 13 from the stripe. Missed her first 8 of the year, then hit 3 in a row, but now has missed 2 in a row. The foul call was on Honolulu. Second toss by Patterson, up and good. So she hits 1 out of 2 on this trip. Lead increased now to 17. It's 28-11. Thunderwolves still pitching the shutout here in this second quarter. Bring the ball across the timeline. Feed it up top. Archambault with it. Now gives it up top. Stevens onto the right side to Sydney Small. Fake starts a drive on Johnson. In from the right. Block foul. Patterson came over and is going to pick up, I believe, the blocking foul. Indeed, on Shannon Patterson. Very physical play that time. Good move by Sydney Small. She averages 10 points a game. She's the second leading scorer for the Mavericks. They're not going to say shots on the play, though, so it's inbounded on the baseline. Inbounds pass. Well, Small will jack up a 3. Missed it badly. Rebound batted into the corner. Johnson chases it down for the Thunderwolves. Gets rid of the Piper, and she gets it to Patterson. Patterson across the timeline. Onto the right wing. Holds things up. Gives it up top to Piper. Piper dribbles around a screen. Thought about the 3. Goes left side to Johnson. Johnson holds it. Looking to get Angie Moore down on the block. Go to Bigley instead. Now Bigley will hold things up. Goes right side to Piper. 12 on the shot clock. Piper up top to Johnson. Johnson moves in from the right. Running right-hander left it short. And the rebound to Sydney Small. Feed it ahead. Up across the timeline. Dribbling in here is Archambault. Up top. Here's a drive into the paint. That's going to be an offensive foul. A charge on the play on Lauren Rivera. Just out of control. And Johnson just waiting there for her. Draws the call. Arietta now will bring it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. Dribbles to the top of the key, onto the right side to Patterson, into the corner to Bigley. Bigley holds it there. Goes way up top to Arietta. She's wide open. Sets for the three-pointer. Swish. Arietta from downtown. Thunderwolves lead it by 20. It's 31-11. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Mavericks are still yet to score here in this second quarter. Hand the ball off. They can't wait any longer. Brianna Adams checks in, and she banks one in promptly. She has 9. Problem is for the Mavericks, she's the only one clicking. But she sat out half of this first half. Foul trouble. Here's Piper. Lobs it down low to Morris. She's open. Can't get the shot off. Goes into the corner area. Up top to Bigley. Fakes. Drives into the paint. Outside. Into the corner. Wide open. Piper jumper. In and out. Won't go. Moore with the rebound. Outside Arietta. She'll fire for 3. It's way off the mark. Bigley has the rebound and lost it on the baseline. Good hustle by the Thunderwolves. Just couldn't quite make it work there. Not sure why Moore didn't go up with a shot. She must have been a little bit too far underneath the backboard there. Here comes Rivera bringing it across the timeline. On the left side to Sydney Small. Up top to Archambault. Right side. They give it up top to Adams. Adams moves around a screen. Drives in from the left. Steps back to the baseline. Can't get the shot off. Lost it. Regains it. Feeds it up top to Archambault. Now they go up top. 10 on the shot clock. Here is Rivera. Works around a screen. Steps back. Goes outside. Three-pointer on the way. In and out. No good. Long rebound. And Arietta has it for the Thunderwolves. She'll bring it across the timeline. Fires it ahead to Patterson. Patterson cut off on the left wing. Dribbles around a screen. Into the paint. Pulls up. Running right-hander. Left it short. Shot was blocked. No call. And back the other way. Come the Mavericks. Quick drive in from the right. Sydney Small. Missed the banker. Rebound batted outside. Patterson has it. And a whistle and a timeout taken by the Thunderwolves. 1:34 to go here in the first half. Thunderwolves lead at 31-13. It is a 30-second timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. Well, I'm the bearer of good news. I'm the bearer of bad news. Fort Lewis leads Mines 75-63. A minute 8 to go in the fourth quarter there. Looks like Fort Lewis going to move on. That's going to knock Mines out of the shootout. That means the Thunderwolves would host here if they continue their play here. But the Thunderwolves men have gone into the tank. They're down now 9 late in the first half to Fort Lewis after leading by as many as 8 in the first half. Here's a feed down low to Moore. Lost it, regains it. She is tracked and harassed and tied up. And the alternating possession belongs to the Mavericks. Angie Moore a little bit too nonchalant there. Tell you what, her left arm bright red. You can tell the harassment taking in there. Scratching and clawing perhaps in the paint. Here's the feed out top. Loamano onto the right side. Adams with it. Gives it up top. Loamano can't get the three out. Drives into the paint. Goes around. Beagley blocks it, but they call the foul. Beagley got all ball, but she decked Loamano. Got her hard with the body. That'll be foul number 3 on Maddie Beagley. So Loamano to the free throw line. She's only a 55% free throw shooter, though. Free throw up, but she spins this one in with ease. Mavericks, after having the Thunderwolves go on a 14-0 run here to start the quarter, have come back with 3 in a row of their own. Loamano's second toss. Left-hander spins it up and in. She has 5. It's 31-15. Minute to go here in the second quarter. Thunderwolves want to keep the pressure on here. Here's Patterson. Dribbles out of trouble, and she's harassed from behind and fouled. That'll be team foul number 5 on the Mavericks, and that'll put Patterson to the free throw line. I don't know if Mesa going to their Hack-a-Patterson strategy or not here. Shannon struggled from the line this year. I think they just came out in an aggressive trap. Free throws up and good by Shannon Patterson. She's good enough to do that. She was the 4A player of the year, ladies and gentlemen, in high school. She's a sophomore this year. Game's not quite translated to the college level yet, but still young, plenty of time. Second toss, good. She hits a pair. 33-15. Chelsea Vallejo's going to check into the ballgame. Arietta coming out for a bonus break here with a minute to go in the first half. Across the timeline. Ball fed up top to Duran on the left side. Here's a long three-pointer on the way. It's good. By Randrup Thompson comes off the bench and delivers. 33-18. Thunderwolves lead is 15. And Vallejo's quickly turns the ball over, gets it right back in the corner, feeds it up top to Moore, left side to Patterson. Won't take the shot. About a 12-second differential here, shot and game clock. Patterson goes into the corner, Hine up top to Vallejo's. Up top, Lambert walked with the ball. Should have taken the 3. She was open for it. Well, Thunderwolves frittering away a little bit. They had a once 20-point lead here. Mavericks doing a good job to try to get back into reeling the Thunderwolves in. It'd be a big hoop here for them psychologically. Here to end this half. Feet up top. They're going to look onto the top. Now they go back right side. Here's a 3-ball on the way. It's off the back iron, no good. Nobody goes for the rebound for the Thunderwolves. It's saved on the baseline outside. 8 seconds to go. Mavericks with another shot at it. 5 seconds to go. Now they launch the shot. It's good. Maluyo at the buzzer. It's 33-21. The Mavericks come back and cut 8 points off that once 20-point lead. Halftime from Massari Arena. The Thunderwolves lead at 33-21. Carl Lawrenson with our halftime scoreboard update. It all comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Massari Arena. Thunderwolves leading it here at halftime, 33-21. But they once had a lead of 20 in this ball game, but they were outscored 10-2 down the stretch. 2 huge three-pointers for Mesa in that last couple minutes there, as people you wouldn't expect got them. Randrup Thompson off the bench, very rarely plays, and came in, buried a 3 from up top. And And she only averages 2.5 points a game, hit 9 3-pointers on the year. She's out of Denmark. Then late in the first half, a wild scramble. They shot, couldn't get a good shot off. Ball came loose. Got a foul call, and the Thunderbolts got an extra possession. And ball came outside. And Maluyo buried a 3-pointer with about 2 seconds to go in the half, and that cuts the lead to 12 here. And it gives Mesa, what it does is give you a little life going into the second half. You're down 15 at halftime. You're thinking, man, this is going to be an uphill struggle. You get that 3-pointer, all of a sudden you're within 12, and you get the ball first to start the second half. You somehow come down, hit a 3 to start the half. You're within 9. You're under that magic number of 10. You get the feeling you can get something done here. And we'll just have to see how that works out. Mariana Lambert, excellent first half of the Thunderbolts, 11 points off the bench, 4 of 4 from the field. When you're 4 for 4, you know what you do? You shoot more. Did miss a free throw. Guess she's not perfect, folks. Arietta had 6. Moore with 4. Patterson with 3. Johnson with 2. Rohr had 4. Anderson with 3 before leaving the ball game. Foul trouble. Thunderbolts were 11 of 25 from the field. That's 44%. 5 of 9 shooting threes. That's 56%. Mesa leading scorer Brianna Adams, despite playing only 8 minutes in that first half, she has 9. Loamanu with 5. Thompson and Maluyo with 3. Stevens with 1. 6 of 30 from the field, only 20% for the Mavericks. 5 of 19 shooting threes. Thunderbolts out-rebound them 20-18. Back in 2 minutes with the second half right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Massari Arena. Well, the scoreboard is an error, evidently. They've got the arrow pointing toward Mesa, but they're giving the Thunderbolts ball first to start the second half. Nobody arguing, so I guess perhaps it's correct. Arietta brings it across the timeline for the Thunderbolts. See if they can get a hoop to start this half. Arietta working outside, goes right side to Hine. Fakes, drives into the paint, spins, goes up, shot blocked, stripped. Ball comes loose. Arietta has it in the corner. Arietta up top. Ball knocked away, saved, but right back to Arietta. 15 on the shot clock for the Thunderbolts. Ball right side, Arietta with it. Down low to Rohr. Backs her way into the paint. Goes up with the left-hand hook. Left it short. And the rebound to Small. Not an awe-inspiring possession there for the Thunderbolts to start this second half. Here's Brianna Adams with it. Feeds it. Now gets a return feed. Can't get the 3 off and then is fouled by Arietta. Foul number 1 on D. First team foul. It'll be Mesa ball right in front of their own bench. And the ball kicked away by Piper. Second half underway in Durango. Thunderbolts down 43-39 to Fort Lewis in the men's game. Inbounds pass. Masante beat back. Ball knocked away, stripped. It's loose on the deck. Tied up. It'll belong to Mesa on the alternating possession. Good hustle there by Adams, getting down on the deck to tie it up with Arietta. Shot clock now at 26. Small to inbound it on the baseline for the Mavericks. Ball inbounded. Ball knocked away, but it's picked up by the Mavericks. They feed it off to Masante. Way up top now to Loamanu. Gives it off to Adams. Adams will start the offense. Left side to Loamanu. Backpacks right side. Adams open. 3-pointer on the way. Missed it badly. Rebound to Arietta. Arietta brings it across the timeline. Cut off there. Goes left side to Piper. She's wide open. Foul before the shot. It went in. That's a tough break for the Thunderwolves. Foul going to be called on Adams. That is her third foul, though. So I think the Thunderwolves will trade that. I think they'd rather have the third foul on Adams instead of taking the 3-point bucket right there. Might be more valuable to them. Arietta to inbound the ball. Gets it into Piper. Piper dribbles around a screen into the paint. Nice back pass to Rohr. On the block goes, tried to go up the shot. Ball blocked away and is stolen by Small. Small now with Tule-Su to beat. In from the right. Tule-Su just concedes the basket. Missed the layup though, and Piper had the rebound, lost it, but the Thunderwolves regain it to Arietta. Arietta across the timeline. Dribbles to the right wing. Skips it up top to Piper. She'll launch the 3. This time it's off the back iron. Tule-Su had the rebound, lost it. Ball comes outside to Adams. Adams now with Piper to beat. Pulls up on the baseline. Ball tied up by Arietta, who got back on defense as well and reaches in and ties it up. The alternating possession gives it back to the Thunderwolves. Inbounds pass to Arietta. Neither team has scored here in a little over a minute and a half. Here in the second half, Thunderwolves continue to lead at 33-21. Ball on the left side. Piper with it. Gives it up top to Hine. Hine holds it right side to Anderson. Anderson starts a drive into the paint. Cut off. Blocking foul. They're going to call it on Loamanu. I'm kind of with her. She looks over and says, man, what did I do? Piper to inbound it now for the Pack. Lobs it outside to Csu-Pueblo. She's open. Three-pointer on the way off the mark. An air ball. Rebound loose on the deck, and it's picked up by the Mavericks. Coming out of the with Rivera. She'll bring it across the timeline. Onto the right wing. Drives right around Piper, but lost the ball. Regains it on the baseline. Flips it outside, and is chased down by Adams. Adams now. Dribbles to the right wing. Moves in. Goes outside to Small. Reverses into the corner to Adams. Adams now works for a screen. Now drives baseline. Pulls up 15-footer short. Rebound loose. Knocked out of bounds by the Thunderwolves. As Piper and Hine both fought for the ball, and they outfought each other, and the ball dropped out of bounds. So it's Mesa with another fresh 30 on the shot clock. Ball comes into Loamano. She drives the baseline. Back pass. Musante now up top to Rivera. Rivera forced outside. Picked up there by Csu-Pueblo. Works around a screen. Goes outside to Loamano. She starts a drive on Hine. Backs her way in. Spins. Goes up with the left-hander. Missed it. Csu-Pueblo with a rebound on the baseline for the Thunderwolves. She'll bring it across the timeline. Fires it ahead to Piper. Piper holds it. Now drives to the top of the key. Drives into the paint. Stops and pops from 10 and banks it up too hard. Rebound to Massari. Ball knocked away by Hine, but she stepped on the sideline. So still no points here in the third quarter. Remains a 12-point lead for the Thunderwolves. Bounce pass to Duran, who's into the ball game. The freshman out of Pueblo South. Brings it across the timeline. Dribbles around the screen. Now moves into the top of the key. Cut off. Dribbles to the right wing. Keeps that dribble alive. Gives it off now to Loamanu. Loamanu starts a drive onto the baseline. Goes up on Roar. Roar blocks the shot. Rebound. Piper. Ball went out of bounds, though. Last touched by Roar. Couldn't hear the whistle. 10 on the shot clock here for the Mavericks. Small to trigger it in. They set a couple of screens. Nobody comes open. They go outside to Duran. 8 on the shot clock. Duran's got to do something with it. Looks for a screen. Dribbles into the paint. Kicks it outside. Loamano, a long three is short. Goes over the top of the backboard, and it's out of bounds. It belonged to the Thunderwolves. Lambert going to check in now for the Pack, and Piper going to check out. Full court pressure now by the Mavericks. Lambert to trigger it in. They get it into Hine. Hine back past Arrieta and threw the ball away. Musante in from the left layup. No, she missed it. Ball batted out of bounds. It's saved by Arrieta on the baseline, but she stepped on the sideline, and it's going to belong to the Mavericks. And Mavericks missing from point-blank range there. And the Mavericks will trigger it in. Now the officials talking things over. Probably wanted to discuss the shot clock, perhaps. I think it was Thunderwolves' possession, so yeah, they're going to reset the shot clock to 30 because Arrieta is credited with the possession, then turns the ball over, evidently, on that baseline. Inbounds pass, and they come outside, and Csu-Pueblo has the steal. She has Duran to beat. In from the left, layup good. Csu-Pueblo Anderson. 35-21, Thunderwolves by 14. Duran outside being worked over by Csu-Pueblo Anderson. Hands it off to Small. Spins, ball stripped away, but it comes right back to the Mavericks. Three-pointer from the corner off the iron, no good. Rebound loose right there. Adams lays it in. Adams with 11. 35-23. Thunderwolves lead is 12. We're under 6 minutes to go now here in the third quarter. Arrieta left side to Lambert. Lambert down low to Roar. Turns, backs in, goes over the right hand. Hook doesn't get the roll, and the rebound to Loamano. Loamano will bring it across the timeline for the Mavericks. Feed it left side. Duran steps into a little two-point jumper. Swish. Nice move there. Jalen Duran forces the timeout by the Thunderwolves. The lead is 10. The Mavericks not going away here tonight. 5:35 to go in the third quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 35-25. It's a 1-minute timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. Well, both teams with a slow start to this third quarter, but the Mavericks have come back with 2 hoops in a row here, and they've got it down to 10. It's 35-25. Pack with the ball here following the timeout. Mavericks still shooting only 20% for the game. Thunderwolves have cooled off. They're down to 39% though. Arietta goes right side to Anderson. Anderson dribbles around a screen, pulls up on the right side, skips across court. Arietta saves it to Lambert. Lambert goes right side to Tule-Su. Bad pass, but Tule-Su chases it down. Down to Lambert. Thunderwolves in a little disarray here. 10 on the shot clock. Lambert going to go one-on-one. Dribbles to the top of the key. Drives in from the right. Goes up with the running right-hander. Missed it. Roar with the rebound on the baseline. Dribbles it out of there. Now holds things up. Looks for a guard. Finds Arietta. Now they'll reset the offense. Feed down low to Roar. Backs her way in. Goes up at the left hand. Shot blocked by Musante. She saves it right to Hine. Hine lost it. And it goes over to Duran for the Mavericks. She'll bring it across the timeline. Brings it across. Gives it up top now to Small. Mavericks can get that lead under 10 here on this trip. Here's Duran way outside. Onto the right wing to Musante. Up top to Loamano. Left side to Duran. Give it up top to Adams. Adams starts to drive in for the nice dish to Musante, and she lays it in. 35-27. 6 in a row now by the Mavericks. They're within 8. Thunderwolves need a hoop here to restore order. Lambert, right side into the corner to Hine. Lobs it inside, now to Roar. Backs her into the paint. Nice dish to Lambert, and she lays it in. Lambert with 13. Give the assist to Molly Roar. 37-27. Thunderwolves by 10. Duran brings it across the timeline for the Mavericks. Dribbles around a screen. Dribbles underneath the hoop. Now comes out the other side. Almost threw it away. It's chased down by Small. Small moves in. Drives in. Ball knocked away. Goes out of bounds. Good play there by Tule-Su Anderson. Deflecting the pass. Beagley going to check in now. For the Thunderwolves, I think Hines coming out right now. Well, we got our media timeout first. That's probably good for the Thunderwolves right here. They look a little tired. 3:56 to go in the third quarter. Thunderwolves lead back to 10, 37-27. It is a 1-minute timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. Welcome back to Massari Arena. Thunderwolves lead at 37-27. Maverick ball, 14 on the shot clock. Inbounds pass to Adams. She's wide open and she banks it in. She beat Arietta to the hoop. That's way too easy. 37-29. Adams now with 13. Arietta walked with the ball. She went to pass it to Tule-Su Anderson, and the defense overplaying Tule-Su. Got in the passing lane. Arietta saw it. Dragged the pivot foot. Mavericks now within 8 with the ball. Duran dribbles to the left wing now. Into the corner. Dribbling out of trouble up top. Here is Duran. Dribbles around a screen. Pulls up. Little 15-footer. Left it short. Shot an air ball. Rebound saved on the baseline by Lambert. Gets it to Arietta. Arietta now will bring it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. Skips it cross court to Lambert. Thought she might step into a 3 there. Elects not to. Dribbles to the left wing. Now reverses. Dribbles out toward the top of the key. Kills the dribble. Goes right side to Arietta. Arietta up top to Beagley. Trying to find Roar. They got her in the paint. She wheels. Goes up at the left hand. Shot blocked by Musante in the rebound. But stepping out of bounds. Loamano had the rebound but tried to tippy-toe down the sideline. Ran out of real estate. Musante doing a good job overplaying Roar to that left side. That's her favorite hand. Now Roar out of the game. Angie Moore checks in. Tule-Su triggered in on the baseline for the Thunderwolves. Lobs it way outside. Bad pass. Look out. And it's going to be a Thunderwolves ball. Almost ended up in our computer. Lambert had triggered in. 3:06 to go here in the third quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 37-29. Inbounds pass comes to Arietta. Thunderwolves once led by 20 in this game. Seems like a long, long time ago now. Here's Anderson. She drives the baseline. Goes up and under. Forces the shot. Missed it. Adams with the rebound. She'll bring it across the timeline for the Mavericks. Skips it cross court left side. Open. Jumper on the way. Good by Duran. She has 5. The Pueblo South product has cut the lead to 5. It's 37-32. Timeout on the court. 30-second timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. (37-32). Thunderwolves lead has been cut to 5. They led it 31-11. as they outscored Mesa 14-0 to start the second quarter. Mavericks finished the quarter, though, on a 10-2 run, and they've carried it over here into the second half as they've outscored the Thunderwolves now 11-4 here in the quarter. It's not been a good night for the home teams in the RMAC Shootout so far. This Fort Lewis has defeated Mines. Black Hill State lost at home tonight to Colorado Christian. Regis, the only home team holding serve so far, they lead it by 6 at halftime over UCCS. Thunderwolves with the lead here. Here's Anderson. Up top to Lambert. Defensive intensity is picked up here for the Mavericks. They're playing with little extra step right now. Here's Lambert. Starts a drive, cut off, lobs it inside to Angie Moore. Hands it back to Lambert, drives into the paint, runs up, forces the shot, drew the foul. Musante, after body blocking her, throws her hand straight up in the air, saying, "I had my hand straight up." Sometimes that'll work. Lambert, in one of the upsets of the year, missed a free throw in the first half. She's only missed 5 all year. And misses another one. Go figure. Oh, the tightness, Joe, of a playoff game. One more here for Lambert. Spins it up and in. She has 14. She leads all scores. 38-32. Thunderwolves lead it by 6. Duran doing a great job for the Mavericks off the bench here. The freshman from South. Up top now to Loamano. She starts a drive on Beagley. Goes right into her with the left hand. No call. Hits the deck. Rebound Musante. Hits and a foul. It'll count. The foul is on Moore. Chance for the three-point play here for the Mavericks. They would cut the lead to 3. It's 38-34. Musante on the year, 62% from the free throw line. Free throw up, looks long. It is. Comes way outside. Chase down. Piper somehow gets to it for the Thunderwolves. Outlet pass now to Anderson, and she'll bring it across the timeline. So the lead remains 4. It's 38-34. Thunderwolves on top. Piper. They look to double teamer. Man, the defense really intense right now for the Mavericks. Back pass to Lambert. Starts a drive. Cut off. On the wing. Keeps the dribble alive. Dribbles into the paint. Goes up with the left-hand shot. Block foul. That's another foul on Musante. That's her third. And so Lambert right back to the free throw line to shoot a pair. You mentioned coming into the game tonight, 89%, but only 2 of 4 tonight. First toss up and good. One more for Mariana. Swish. She has 16. It's 40-34. Thunderwolves by 6. Inbounds pass to Duran. Brings it across the timeline. Dribbles to the right wing. Now hands the ball off. Now they give it to the left side. Now up top to Loamano. Drive down to the baseline. Going up and under. Left hand layup. No good. Rebound loose. And again, the Mavericks getting the rebound. Another foul on the Thunderwolves. Thunderwolves getting outworked on the boards right now. Foul on Moore is her second. Mavericks playing like a desperate team right now. They're getting all the hustle plays at this point in the ball game. Inbounds pass comes to Loamano. Physical player, likes to post up. Take you on the drive, hands it off to Duran. Back to Loamano. Now Loamano starts that drive, hands it off to Small. Small works in on Piper. The ball knocked away, but it comes outside. This is Honolulu with the ball. 1 minute to go, 10 on the shot clock. Dribbles into the paint, backs up into the corner. Here's Small for 3. It's good. They set that possession up beautifully. Small's first bucket of the game. It's 40-37. Pass to the baseline to Roar, and she lost it out of bounds. She was wide open. A great feed from Csu, but Roar just lost it. It would have been an easy deuce. Mavericks could tie it with a three-pointer here. Under a minute to go in the quarter. Durant gets it ahead to Loamanu. Loamanu onto the right side. Here's the three-pointer for the tie. Got it! Ashley Stevens from downtown, and we got a new ball game. It's 40-40. Csu Anderson brings it across the timeline. About a 3-second differential here on the shot and game clock. Thunderwolves will work it for the last shot, or as close to the last shot as possible here. It's about a 2.5-second differential. Shot clock is at 10 right now. Csu now will start the drive. Dribbles around a high screen. Dribbles to the free throw line. Cut off. Gives it off to Lambert. She'll launch a three-pointer. Way off the mark. Air ball. Roar with it. Goes up with the left hand. Missed it. And the ball loose. It's a shot clock violation as Roar didn't draw iron either. 1.8 seconds to go in the quarter. Mesa will have a chance for a desperation heave here. Ball inbounded, and that will do it to end the third quarter. Very successful third quarter, though, for the Mavericks. They outscore the Thunderwolves in the quarter 19-7, and they've drawn even. It's 40-40 as we head to the fourth quarter. 1 minute timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. It was a slow start to that third quarter for the Mavericks, but they finished it in style. They end up scoring 19 points in the quarter. Thunderwolves with only 7, one of their lower outputs of the year, and we've got ourselves a tie ball game. And the Mavericks get the ball first to start the fourth quarter. Chance to get the lead. Beat up top, Small with it. Drives into the paint, right around Piper and lays it in. There is the lead for the Mavericks. They lead it 42-40. Arietta brings it across the timeline. Dribbles to the top of the key, goes left side to Piper. Piper now works around a screen, dribbles to the free throw line, can't get the shot off. Now will step into a free throw line jumper. Missed it. Piper's scoreless tonight, and then she fouls. Well, she went for the steal, but fouled Halillo. Now Mavericks with the ball in the lead with 9:31 to go. Piper out. Jasmine Johnson checks in. Inbounds pass to Jalen Duran. Duran will bring it across the timeline. Gives it up top now to Loamano. Right side. Here is Stevens. Stevens holds it. Gives it up top to Small. Small on the right side. Holds it there, starts a drive, cut off, hands the ball off. Here's a three-pointer by Stevens, off the back iron, no good. Arietta gets the rebound in traffic. Brings it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. Onto the left wing, holds it there, goes up top to Csu, hands it off to Hine. Right side to Johnson. Johnson works around a screen, dribbles to the top of the key. She'll launch a three-pointer. It's up, off the iron, no good. Rebound to Stevens. Hands it off to Duran, and Duran will bring it across the timeline. Duran being hounded by Csu Anderson. Kills the dribble, gets rid of it, gets it to Small, starts to drive into the paint, goes up and under and lays it in. Small was 7, 44-40. 10 in a row here by the Mavericks. Thunderwolves had a 14-0 run in the first half. Mavericks have more than answered that here. Here's Johnson to the free throw line. Spins in the paint, goes up another shot, blocked by Stevens. It goes out of bounds. Thunderwolves with a little bit of a memory loss here, forgetting who got them here at this point in the ball game. Here's Arietta to trigger it in. Gets it in. Right side. Csu Anderson drives the baseline. Has the ball knocked away, and it's stolen by the Mavericks. They are in control of the ball game right now. They lead it by 4. Across the timeline. Here's Duran to the top of the key. Dribbles to the right side. Wheels around a pick. Dribbles to the left side. Steps back. Goes outside with it. Adams walked through the ball. Boy, she was anxious. He saw the lane open, wide open that time for Brianna Adams, but she shuffled the feet. That would have been an easy deuce. Lambert checks in. Johnson out. Lambert has 16 to lead the night for the Thunderwolves. Arietta now will bring it across the timeline. She launches the long 3 ball off the iron, no good. Hine had the rebound, lost it, regains it, and is fouled by Adams. That's foul number 4 on Brianna Adams. And she'll have to come out of the ball game, and that means that Honolulu comes in. Sue Anderson to triggered in on the baseline, gets it into Arietta. Arietta dribbles out to the top of the key and will set up the offense. Goes right side to Lambert. Lambert to Hine. Hine holds it there, left side to Arietta. Illegal screen on the Thunderwolves. Illegal screen on Sue Anderson. She rolled to the basket a little too soon that time and ended up being a moving screen on the play. 7:36 to go. Thunderwolves on a big-time drought here. Last bucket now 5 minutes ago. Here's Duran bringing it across the timeline. Goes onto the right side to Small. Small has the ball knocked loose by Piper, but she regains it, hands it off to Duran, back to Small. Small now dribbles to the right wing. Hands it off to Duran. Ball knocked loose, but Duran coming up with it. All the bounces going the Mavericks' way right now. And the ball off to Loamano. She's dangerous. 3-pointer on the way. Got it! They backed off Loamano, and she could hit that shot. She proved it there. She has 8. It's 47-40. 13 in a row by the Mavericks. Here's Piper on the left wing. Lobs it to Rohr. She's bumped from behind and fouled by Musante. Just rubbing her out of there. That's foul number 4 on Musante. Now she'll have to come out of the ball game. Mesa's got that nice little 7-point insurance policy right now with their 2 stars on the bench with foul problems. Inbounds pass to Arietta. Arietta on the left wing trying to find Rohr, who's been shut down in this game. Piper has it now. Can't get the shot off. Goes to Arietta. Arietta to Rohr, and she's fouled from behind. Another push foul on the Mavericks. And the foul will be on Ashley Stevens. First foul of the game on Stevens. 3rd team foul on the Mavericks here. Piper to trigger it in. Gets it in to Rohr. She goes up. Shot blocked by Stevens. Late whistle foul. Oh, my. And that's going to get Rohr to the free throw line. That whistle a little late if you're a Maverick fan, but Thunderwolves will take it. They're going to send Rohr to the line to shoot a pair. 2nd foul on Stevens. Free throw up and good. First point of the second half for Molly Rohr. Stops the run at 13 in a row by the Mavericks. Second toss looks short, but it gets in there. 6 for Rohr. 47-42. Thunderwolves down by 5. Here is Rivera. She'll bring it across the timeline. She palms it every other time. They're never going to call her for it. Now a foul on top on Piper. Usually you'll get the one palming call a game, but looks like the officials just aren't going to call it. It's an obsolete call anyway, so why beg for it, right? They just don't call it anymore. There's the feed out top. Rivera dribbles around the screen, goes right side, stepping into a 3. Stevens missed it. Rebound loose on the baseline, batted out of bounds. Long belongs to the Thunderwolves. Last touch by Small on the baseline by the Mavericks. Arietta with the ball now. She'll bring it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. Hand it off to Piper. Piper on the right wing. Starts a drive to the baseline. Jumps it down low to Rohr. Backs her way in. Goes up with the right hand hook and lays it in. Rohr with 8. Give the assist to Piper. 47-44. Thunderwolves back within 3. Fans getting back into it here. Bring it across the timeline. It's Lauren Rivera. And she threw it away. Tried to go on the left wing to Small, and the ball wasn't ready for it. It glanced off her hand out of bounds. Thunderwolves now could tie with a 3, pull within 1 with a conventional 2-point bucket. Arietta across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. Holds it, gives it off to Lambert. Lambert on the left wing, dribbles around a screen, cut off there, goes outside to Piper. Piper to Arietta. Arietta way outside, dribbles around the screen, into the paint, lobs it to the baseline to Rohr. 15-footer on the baseline, swish. Molly Rohr has 10. 6 in a row by the Thunderwolves. They're within 1. It's 47-46. 5:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. Duran brings it across the timeline for the Mavericks. Up top to Loamano. Fakes, he dribbled it off her foot, regains it. In trouble, gets rid of it. Ball knocked loose, but it's retrieved. Now they feed it outside to Duran. 10 on the shot clock. Duran now starts a drive around Arrieta, kicks it into the corner. 3 ball on the way. It's an air ball. Rebound chased down by Rohr. Hands it off to Arrieta. Thunderwolves can get the lead back on this trip. Arrieta brings it across the timeline. Onto the left side to Lambert. Lambert looks for a screen. Uses it. Dribbles to the free throw line. Can't get the shot off. Gives it to Piper. Right side to Arrieta. 14 on the shot clock. Arrieta, little reverse dribble here. She's double teamed. Now goes right side. Hines open on the baseline. Skips across court. Piper to the baseline. Roars open. 10-footers up. Missed it. Rebound to Hines. And she is fouled. And that puts the Mavericks over the limit. And the foul on Loamano is her third. Media timeout. 4:42 to go here in the fourth quarter. Thunderwolves will have free throws for the lead when we come back. Right now it's the Mavericks league at 47-46. 1 minute timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. Lauren Hine to step to the free throw line here for the Thunderwolves. A chance to give the Thunderwolves the lead back. Hine to shoot a pair. She is scoreless tonight on the year. A bit of a struggle. 59% from the free throw line. First toss up and good. This one for the lead. On the way. Got it. 48-47. Thunderwolves with 8 in a row here. Have the lead. Here's Duran outside. Right side to Loamano. Loamano holds it. Now starts to drive to the baseline. Hine cuts her off, but she keeps the dribble alive. Dribbles into the paint. And a foul on the Thunderwolves. Foul called on Lauren Hine. 4th team foul on the Thunderwolves. So a fresh shot clock here. Rivera inbounds the ball to Loamano. She drives it into the paint, stops. Nice back pass to Masante, and she lays it in. Beautiful feed there. Mavericks back on top. They lead at 49-48. 4:14 to go here in the fourth quarter. Piper on the right wing. Starts to drive to the baseline. Cut off again. Reaching foul on Loamano. That's her 4th. So suddenly, Adams with 4, Loamano with 4, Musante with 4. Ashley Piper to the free throw line. She has yet to score in this ball game, but she'll have a chance right here shooting a pair. 76% free throw shooter. Up and left it short. Way short. Clanked it. She'll have one more. This one for the tie. And gets that one to go in. We're all tied up. 49 apiece. 4:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. Duran across the timeline. Up top to Masante. Back to Duran. She's going to drive the baseline. Stops, and that's going to be a charge, I believe. No whistle, no call. The ball just goes out of bounds. It stays with the Mavericks, evidently. Inbounds pass comes way outside to Masante. Back to Duran. Dribbles around a screen. Goes up top to Loamano. Loamano uses the screen. She'll jack up a 3-ball. Short. Rebound loose. Rohr takes it away from Masante. Outlet pass to Lambert. Lambert across the timeline. Hands the ball off to Arrieta. We're all tied up. Arrieta holds it. Gives it off to Piper. Bad pass. Piper gets it back, though, on the wing. 14 on the shot clock. Back to Lambert. Lambert directing traffic. Holds things up. 8 on the shot clock. Lambert now works around a screen. Dribbles in from the right. Stops and pops from 15. In and out. No good. Hine with the rebound. Saves it it to Rohr. Rohr has the ball knocked away, but she was fouled. And the foul will be on Sydney Small. And that'll send Rohr to the free throw line. She'll shoot a pair.
She can shoot it. There's got to be spark down there. No silly foul.
Free throw up and good. 50-49. Thunderwolves regain the lead. On the way, got it. Rohr is 6 for 6 from the line tonight. It's 51-49. Thunderwolves by 2. Here's Duran bringing it across the timeline for the Mavericks. Top of the key. Steps back. She'll launch a 3-ball off the back iron. Arietta with a rebound on the baseline. Fires it ahead. Lambert on the left wing. She has Duran to beat. Stops on the left wing. Good defense there by Duran, cutting her off. Now Lambert will dribble way outside with it. Give it off to Arietta. Down to 2:40 to go. Right side, Lambert works around a screen. Drives to the free throw line. Free throw line jumper off the iron. No good. Rebound to Loamanu. Long feet up ahead. Right side, Small. Drives the baseline. Feeds it back inside. Ball knocked away by Rohr and into the hands of Lambert. 2:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 51-49. Arietta brings it across the timeline. At the top of the key with it. Holds things up, hands it off to Lambert. Lambert to Hine. Hine, left side to Piper. Piper down low to Rohr. Backs her way in, goes up with the left hand. Missed the banker. Rebound comes outside to Rohr. 5-footer. No good. Air ball. Batted out of bounds. Last touched by the Mavericks. Thunderwolves might have caught a break there. I thought it might have been off of Hine. Sometimes it's good to be the home team. Piper to triggered in on the baseline with a fresh shot clock. Inbounds comes to Rohr. Massanti knocked it free but can't get the steal. Goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Thunderwolves. One tick comes off the shot clock. 1:59 to go in the game. Thunderwolves lead at 51-49. Piper to trigger it in. Inbounds to Arietta. Arietta with it way outside. Goes right side to Piper. She's hounded. Tries to work around a screen. Steps back. Won't take the jumper. Goes to Hine. She'll back her way into the paint. Nice dish to Rohr. 10-foot on the baseline. Off the back iron. No good. Rebound. Batted out of bounds. Last touch by Piper. Inbounds pass to Duran. How good has she been here in this second half for the Mavericks? They're going to take a timeout here with 1:35 to go in the fourth quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 51-49. It's a 30-second timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. 51-49. Thunderwolves by 2, but they've given up a couple golden opportunities to extend the lead here. Now the Mavericks with 22 on the shot clock. Down by 2. Inbounds pass to Loamanu, back to Duran. Get the feeling you're going to set up Adams for something here. Get it to Loamanu. High post. Loamanu drives it into the paint, goes down the lane, missed the layup. Rebound to Lambert. Point blank shot missed there by the Mavericks. See if the Thunderwolves can make them pay here. Arietta brings it across the timeline. Hands it off to Lambert. Lambert works around a screen. Steps back. Gives it off to Piper. 14 on the shot clock to Arietta. Arietta. 10 on the shot clock. And Duran fouled her. Silly foul there, but Arietta has struggled at times from the free throw line, but I don't think you want to foul in that situation. Duran went for the steal and got the reach-in foul. Especially with the shot clock being down to 9 there. I don't think that was the right play. So Arietta to the line, as we mentioned, only 63% from the free throw line. Sometimes that shot comes out a little flat. On the way, and missed it. She'll have one more. Senior from Pueblo West. Second toss. Got it. So 1 out of 2 for Arietta. 7 in the game. 52-49. Thunderwolves by 3. A minute to go here in the fourth quarter. Rivera brings it across the timeline. Goes right side to Masante. Masante holds it. Now gives it off to Small. Small dribbles around the screen. Goes around Piper. Goes up. Layup good and a foul. Piper reached in and fouled her. And Small will go to the line. A chance to tie it. Third foul on Piper. Small, 73% from the line. On the way. Got it. Ties the game up. 52-52. 42 seconds to go. Arrieta hands the ball off to Lambert. Lambert dribbles around the screen. Holds it there. Now dribbles to the left wing. 15 on the shot clock. Thunderbolts in a little disarray here. They get it to Hine at the top of the key. Right side to Arrieta, 9 on the shot clock. Arrieta to Lambert. Got to do something. Lambert now with 5 on the shot clock. Dishes off to Piper. Piper dribbles into the paint. She walks with the ball. Mesa now with 1 shot to win it. And the Mavericks will take a timeout. 17.9 seconds to go. Tie game, 52 apiece. It's a 30-second timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. Well, the Mavericks were down 31-11 in the first half. You had no idea they would get to this point where they'd have a shot to win the ball game, but that's what they do. They're the 3-time defending regular season champions in the RMAC. Their crown taken away this year. They finished 7th in the conference, but they have that pedigree, and they got a great head coach over there in Taylor Wagner. And the thing they have 3 players that can take you off the dribble here. Adams, Small, or Loamano, all of them can get it down low, and all of them get to the free throw line. Thunderbolts going to have to come up with an extra special effort here on defense to get this game into overtime. It'll be Small to trigger it in. On the sideline, 10 points, all of them here in the second half. The junior out of Denver. See what they map out here. They get the ball into Masante. She holds it there. Boy, they look back to her. Couldn't get it to Small. Now they go to Loamano. Way out top. This is Rivera. Rivera holds it, looks for a screen, dribbles to the right wing, 7 on the clock, gives it to Small. She drives the baseline, goes underneath the basket, feeds it inside to Masani. Ball knocked away. Piper has it. Ball knocks loose. Piper has it from midcourt. Oh, it breaks up in and out at the buzzer. It would have won the ball game. Instead, we go overtime. It's a 1-minute timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. Go to overtime here at Massari Arena. All tied up at 52 apiece. They're down to 24 seconds to go now down in Durango. Fort Lewis with a 4-point lead over the Thunderwolves. 84-80 there. Thunderwolves once trailed by 16 in the second half. Made a spirited comeback. Got it within 2 at one point. We jump center to start overtime, so it'll be Masante to go up against Molly Rohr. The all-important first possession of overtime. Who will get it? Ball is in the air. Tap is controlled by the Mavericks. Here is Rivera bringing it across the timeline. Hands it off to Masante. Now to Small. Small starts a drive. In on Piper. Cut off. Goes way up top to Loamano. Loamano now to the left side to Rivera. Rivera works around a screen. Gives it to Loamano. Loamano steps back. Will launch the three-pointer. It's off the mark. No good. Good push off by Adams to get the rebound as she shoved Arrieta out of the way to get that rebound. All outside. Here is Rivera. Rivera on the wing. Holds things up. Down to 16 on the shot clock. Now they start the play. Rivera up top. Piper goes for the steal. Can't get it. Ball knocked loose. Comes outside to Rivera. 7 on the shot clock. Rivera steps back. She'll launch the three-pointer. It is in and out and in again. You knew it was going to go down. 55-52. Thunderwolves down by 3 to start the overtime. Here's Arrieta. High post to Hine. Turns, faces, goes left side to Arrieta. Takes the pump, no call. Down low to Rohr on the block. Wheels, goes up on Masante. Draws the 5th foul on Erica Masante. That'll send Rohr to the free throw line to shoot a pair, but just as important, Loamano is fouled out of the, or not Loamano, rather, Masante is fouled out of the ball game. Great effort tonight by Erica Masante, really holding Molly Rohr in check for the most part in this game. She has 12 in the game, does Rohr, but she's had to earn every single one of them. And she's at the free throw line now to shoot a pair. Thunderwolves down by 3 to start this overtime. Free throws up and good. (55-53). One more for Rohr. Hits up, missed it off the front iron. No good. Long rebound comes outside Adams. So Mesa maintains the 2-point lead here. 3:45 to go here in overtime. Rivera at the top of the key. Goes left side. Adams. She's open on the baseline. Back pass knocked away and stolen by the Thunderwolves. Piper has it. Gets it to Arrieta. Not sure why Adams passed up the little 10-footer on the baseline. Right in her wheelhouse. Here's Arrieta. Gives it off now to Piper. Starts a drive into the paint. Reach in foul. That's going to be number 5, I believe, on Adams, perhaps, unless they call it on the backside here. And they do give Adams a break there. They call the foul on Sydney Small. That's her 3rd. And Piper to line now to shoot a pair. She's 1 out of 2 from the stripe tonight. That's her only point in the ball game. Free throw is up and good. Sue Anderson, the mystery. Didn't play that 4th quarter, but she's back in now here in overtime.
Hey, just be solid now. Be solid.
Piper for the tie. Spins it up and in. Piper with 3, all of them from the free throw line. We're tied up at 55 apiece. 3:20 to go here in overtime. Here's Rivera to the high post to Stevens. Turns, faces, hands the ball off now to Rivera. She drives the baseline around Piper. Shot blocked by Piper. Rebound to Arrieta. Arrieta across the timeline. She's got numbers here. Has the ball knocked away. She regains it, though, on the right wing. Boy, she had Anderson streaking in on the left wing. I think it would have been an easy deuce. Arrieta drives in, cut off, goes left side to Tule-Su. Trying to get it to Rohr down on the block. Can't find her. Tule-Su drives into the paint, stops and pops and hits. Anderson now with 7. Thunderwolves on top in overtime, 57-55. Here's Rivera bringing it across the timeline. Gives it off to Loamano. Now up top. Stevens can't get the 3 off. Gives it outside to Adams. Adams drives around. Arrieta pulls up. Jumper short. Rebound to Rohr. Adams might have been fouled there by Arrieta, but they let it go. Arrieta now will bring it across the timeline. And the Thunderwolves get it to a 2-possession lead here in overtime. Arrieta gives it to Piper on the right wing. Ball batted away and stolen by Adams. She has Anderson to beat. In from the right. Down the lane. Goes up. Left-hand layup. Good. Adams with 15. Careless play there by the Thunderwolves, and we're all tied up at 57 apiece. Maybe an even better play, though, by the veteran Brianna Adams. Here's Arrieta at the top of the key. Goes up top now to Anderson. Anderson to Piper. Piper now starts a drive. Cut off. Free throw line. Goes down low to Rohr. Has the ball on the block. Goes up in the paint. Right hand. Hook up and in. Rohr with 15. 59-57. Thunderwolves by 2. 1:35 to go in overtime. Timeout taken by the Mavericks. 1:36 to go. Thunderwolves 59. Mesa 57. It is a 30-second timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. And we're kind of following closely here down in Durango. Thunderwolves have just hit a 3. Chris Golden hit a 3 to pull them within 2. 5 seconds to go. So the Thunderwolves will have to foul on the inbounds pass. Hope Fort Lewis can miss 1 or 2 and then get a desperation heave to tie it or maybe win it. Who knows? Here, Thunderwolves lead it by 2. 59-57. 1:36 to go. Masante is fouled out. Adams has 4. Loamano has 4. For the Thunderwolves, their foul trouble, not so bad. Piper with 3, Anderson with 3. It'll be Mesa ball here. Right in front of their own bench, down to our right. Ball comes into Lomano. She hands it off to Duran, the freshman from South. Feeds it off left side to Small. Starts a drive on Tulesu. Steps back in the lane. Can't get the shot off. Wheels goes baseline. Missed it. Rebound to Roar. Hands it off to Piper. Minute 25 to go. Here's another one of those chances of the Thunderwolves. They have 2-possession lead here. They haven't been able to cash in. Here's Hines. She was open for three. Wouldn't take it. Drives down the paint. Running left-hander. It's good! Lauren Hines with an explosive move to the hoop. 61-57. Thunderwolves by 4. A minute 5 to go here in overtime. Here is Duran with it. Hands it off outside. Now they get it to Lomano. Back to Duran on the right wing. Holds it. Dribbles around the screen. Dribbles into the paint. Drives baseline. Shot blocked by Piper. Rebound loose to the baseline. Last touch by Molly Roar. Mesa gets a fresh 30. They won't use all 30, believe me. 51.9 to play. Ball to triggered in on the baseline. Gets it into Adams. She's open on the baseline. Hits. Adams has 17. They stopped the clock momentarily here, or stopped the action. Not sure why. Maybe they thought that the timeout was going to come from Mesa, but they don't take the timeout. So it's Thunderwolves ball here. Now they're discussing the clock issue. So the clock kept running after the basket, so that's going to give, in effect, a mini timeout here to both teams. And it's a final in Durango. Fort Lewis has won it 89-86. So Thunderwolves had a shot. They got one of the free throws missed, had a bucket to tie it at the end, but Chris Golden, well, I'm not sure if it was Chris Golden or not. Not sure who took the last three for the Thunderwolves, but it didn't go, so they go down to defeat. Spirited effort, though, tonight by the Pack down in Durango, but they lose at 89-86. Their season is done. Fort Lewis will host the men's RMAC Shootout. Thunderwolves trying to hold on. If they win this game, they host the women's shootout, because mine's lost earlier tonight. Still looking at it here, trying to determine how much time is on the clock. So they continue to look at it down the way. Looked back at the inbounds pass. You just looked off the last time out when the clock was stopped and take 2 seconds off it, and that's what you have. It'd be an easy thing to come up with here, but they're going to go to science down here as they continue to look at the video replay. But I guess in a game of this magnitude with this much importance, you want to be right. Adams hitting that little jumper on the baseline. That's why I was perplexed why she, earlier in the game, in this overtime, passed one up on the left baseline. Tried to get it inside. The Thunderwolves made the steal earlier. Continue to look at it. How hard can this be, really? Our officials tonight, John Hafley, he's the lead ref. He's the one in charge down there. He and Donovan Briggins look at it. David Malmquist just kind of walks around and makes sure everything stays calm. Now they talk it over. Oh, he's going to look one more time again. They want David Malmquist to come in and verify what they decided. So the first two look at it, and then they bring in the third guy to verify what the other two saw. So they got the replay up down there. It was a quick inbounds, and the shot went in quickly. I mean, maybe a second went off the clock. That'd have been easy to figure out instead of going down to all this. But now they're going to bring the coaches together, extend the drama. Taylor Wagner and Jim Turgeon kind of look at each other. All right. Both teams continue to gather around their respective head coaches after they get the news. Now the Thunderwolves will have to inbound the ball. They need a bucket here to get it back to a 2-possession game. Anything less than that leaves the door wide open for Mesa to steal one here. Really wouldn't be exactly stealing. They would have earned it. Now what do we got going here? Continue to work things. Let's see if we can dip in here. Can't really hear the officials with the music so loud there, but Now they've walked a little bit further out on the court, so we can't hear what they're saying. So the Thunderwolves ball. Thunderwolves evidently use a timeout so they can advance the ball here. That's what they do. So they charge a timeout to the Thunderwolves. They're able to advance it now here into the forecourt. 50.8 to go. Thunderwolves lead it 61-59. Piper to trigger it in. Gets it in to Hine. Hine holds it, now hands it off to Piper. Piper directing traffic. Way outside with it. Gives it off to Anderson. Anderson, she'll start a drive. In from the right to the hoop. Missed the scooper. The ball was deflected out of bounds. Csu was trying to get it up to the glass, but the ball was blocked out of bounds. 18 on the shot clock. Piper to trigger it in. Lobs it way outside. Bad pass. It's knocked loose. Anderson saves it. Throws it away. Here's Duran with it on the right wing. Mesa for the lead here. 30 seconds to go. About a 4-second differential here on the shot and game clock. Ball outside to Adams. Goes right side to Duran. In the corner. She drives the baseline. Ball knocked away. It's stolen by the Thunderwolves. Hines to Arietta. Arietta now dribbles into the forecourt. 15 seconds to go. They reach in and foul her. And the foul is on Adams. That's her 5th. She had no choice, though. Taylor Wagner arguing, saying there should have been a foul on the ball poked away from behind on the baseline. He didn't get that call. Frankly, I didn't see what he's talking about. Didn't have a good enough angle to see if there was contact. It was down there on the far baseline. So now Arietta to shoot a pair. Anything less than 2 makes leaves the game in doubt. Free throw up and good. Arietta with 8. 62-59. One more for the senior out of Pueblo West. Second toss. Got it! Timeout, Mavericks. They'll take the timeout to advance the ball. 15 seconds to go. Thunderwolves lead it 63-59. It's a 30-second timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. 63-59. Thunderwolves by 4. Mavericks advance the ball. That's one of the new rules in women's college basketball this year. You can advance it on the timeout, but they're out of timeouts now. Small to trigger it in. Gets it into the baseline. They turn. Face. Stevens with it. Drives into the paint. Running left-hander. No! But a foul. Boy, it was almost a 3-point play opportunity. Now the officials talk it over. This may be a charge. It may be a block. Let's see what the call is. Malmquist had charge. Hafley had block, and they call it a block. I think it was a good call. I know fans here protesting, but it looked like a block all the way to me. The foul is on Piper, her 4th. And to the line, Ashley Stevens. Thunderwolves just fortunate she missed the shot. Stevens on the year, only a 59% free throw shooter.
If I call timeout, I can advance it again, correct? That's correct. So we're going to get one.
Here is Ashley Stevens. Free throw is on the way. In and out, no good. Huge miss there. Now the strategy, do you try to miss it again and get the rebound? What do you do here? If you're the Mavericks, I think you got to try to make it. Free throw up. She hits the second. So it's a 3-point game. Thunderwolves will now take a timeout, and they get to advance the ball. 63-60, 11.4 seconds to go. Back for the finish in 30 seconds on Fox Sports Pueblo. 11.4 seconds to go here. Thunderwolves take their last timeout. It allows them to advance the ball. Now Mesa, they could force a turnover on this inbound. You got to get the ball in and then secure it and then take the punishment and go hit some free throws. Lambert to trigger it in. Slaps the ball hard. Looking to get it in. Gets it into Piper, one of their best free throw shooters, and she is immediately fouled. A second comes off the clock. We're down to 10.5 to go. Now it's all in the hands of Ashley Piper. She needs one out of the two, and the game's pretty much over. As we always say, anything less leaves it in doubt. First toss is up, and it rims in and out and in again. Oh, my. Ashley Piper got the shooter's roll and bounced that time. She'll have one more. On the way. Got it. 65-60. Thunderwolves by 5. Mesa out of timeout, so they'll have to go the length of the court. They inbound the ball. Here's Durant. She brings it across the timeline. She'll drive in to the top of the key. Stops and pops for 3. Short. Rebound. Tule-Su has it on the baseline. She turns, and the clock is struck midnight for Mesa. Thunderwolves win it 65-60. Back with the post-game show on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Massari Arena. Thunderwolves win the ball game 65-60 here in overtime. It was a hard-fought battle. Thunderwolves had a 20-point lead in the first half. It was down to 12 by halftime. Mesa outscored the Thunderwolves 19-7 in the third quarter to tie it. Then scored the first 7 of the fourth quarter, led it 47-40. But then the Thunderwolves started their comeback. They scored 8 in a row to get the lead. Then we went back and forth. Eventually, game goes into overtime at 52 apiece, and the Thunderwolves go to the free throw line and do their thing and outscore the Mavericks 13-8 in the overtime session and win the ball game 65-60. Back after this timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Massari Arena. Thunderwolves win the ball game 65-60 and right on time. Joining us, the head coach for the Thunderwolves, Jim Turgeon. Well, your first taste of the RMAC Shootout was a beauty, Jim.
Oh my gosh! Wow, I can't take that very much. But what a game! We started out so really well, and I thought it was a total team effort the first half. Actually, our second group got us the big lead, and that was important so we could substitute and those girls get rest, and maybe that made the difference here late in the game when both teams are really tired.
Well, you got to hand it to their ball club, Mesa. They did lay down. They get down by 20, but, they got a couple key hoops there late in the first half, and I told the listeners at home, I thought that just gives you hope. It gives you life, especially that last three-pointer. Instead of being down 15, being down only 12, you start thinking, yeah, maybe we got a shot in this game, and they played good.
Absolutely. I thought the same thing. I made a couple substitutions maybe that I shouldn't have, and they hit shots, and I thought the exact same thing. But when it came down to push and shove, we made the plays.
Well, the ball club, especially there in the late in the game, especially the fourth quarter and then on into overtime, Molly Rohr was being shut down in that game. Only had 4 points through 3 quarters, but you kept the offense, has got to go through her, and she responded there in that fourth quarter and the overtime session.
Well, 2 things. I thought they defended her very well. I thought Molly, last time we played him, got the best of number 34, I don't know her name, but number 34 played an outstanding defensive game tonight. And then we started to move a little bit better, and actually Molly got some of her points when we penetrate, and 34 had to go help, and then we made the right decisions to dump it to her, and Molly hit the shots. And then, Molly, she missed some shots she normally makes in the first half, but I'm sure glad she's on our team.
Oh, definitely, for sure there. And then without the efforts maybe of Mariana Lambert there in that first half, she just came out possessing like that ball game and firing the ball, taking to the hoop. You had to like that.
Oh, I just told her in front of the whole group, I said, where the heck's that been all year?
Exactly.
She's had some other good games, but here lately she seems to be really focused. She's playing a little faster. She was playing too slow early in the year, and she's playing a little faster, and she's not hesitating to shoot the ball. And I think I finally had to tell her about 3 weeks ago, I had to say, hey, if you don't shoot when you're open, you're coming out. So she's shooting more, and it's helping us.
Well, it speaks to the depth of this conference, Jim. You see it right there. You're the only home team that came out with a victory. Had to go overtime to do that tonight. Just speaks to the depth of this top 8 ball clubs that are in this shootout.
Yeah, how about Mesa?
Yeah.
They're number 7 seed, and they're darn good and very well coached. And Yeah, this league is unbelievable, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Maybe I wouldn't have taken the job. I know it's going to be this tough, but that's every good conference. I think we're definitely one of the top 5 or 6 conferences in the country, and all the teams go through it. It's a grind, and I'm just glad we have the players we have.
Buddy, great job. You get to host the shootout. Got to look forward to that this weekend.
I'm really excited about it. Thank you.
There he is, Jim Turgeon, the head coach of the Thunderwolves. We'll go ahead and get Molly Rohr on in here right now. Molly, come on in. Thanks, Jim. And without further ado, we're going to bring in the freshly minted Freshman of the Year. Gotta love that, stepping in and then coming up big in the fourth quarter and in overtime. Man, what a ball game that was.
Yeah, it was a close one for sure. They just never gave up and kept fighting, and we just had to keep working at the end and pull it through.
Well, obviously they read their scouting report. Erica Massante really kind of forcing you to go right most of the night, wouldn't let you get that patented left-hand shot off, and she was physical up into you all night.
Mm-hmm. She was working really hard. She wouldn't really let me establish position deeper, so that affected my game personally, but our guards did a great job driving, being aggressive, and making shots when it counted.
Well, points are all great. I thought you had one huge rebound there late in the game, plus the end of regulation. You talk about that play. I think it was you that got the hand on it, perhaps on the back pass of the lane. Maybe you were Piper, but when they drove around the lane there, or around the baseline, the back pass in the lane, Masanti was there, but one of you got a hand on it. That was a huge play.
Mm-hmm. We just had to keep working and keep being aggressive to try to get every ball.
And then your free throw shooting tonight, got to be pleased with that. It was a struggle early on in the year. You're down around 40%, but as the year has gone on and capped it off tonight, 7 out of 8. Got to love that.
Yeah, I feel like I've had to redeem myself, especially from the beginning of the year. So we just practice it every day, and I think that we've improved.
I'll call Big Sister tonight and say, hey, I hit them all tonight.
Yeah.
There she is, Molly Rohr, one of our stars of the game. Come back after this timeout. We'll talk to Mariana Lambert right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Massari Arena. Thunderwolves win the ball game 65-60, and Mariana Lambert joins us, the native of Brazil. You got to Junjay. I've been working on it all year, ever since we had our meltdown there at Highlands. We had her on earlier this year, but of course when you're at Highlands, nothing works. So our audio feed didn't work, so we had to scrap that interview. But here she is. She's earned her way back, and it's better later in the year than earlier in the year. You had a great game tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, I think as a team we played really well. We played together. I think we had an amazing first half, both offensively and defensively, and they had a better second half, like shooting the ball. They were making all shots. We were down 7, with I think 8 minutes left on the clock.
Right.
And I was talking to G. I was just like, hey, we need to stick together and do what we do, and I'm glad that Molly hit I think 3 jump shots in a row, and we got the win, and that's what.
Well, the team needed you early to supply the offense. Then, as you said, Molly late in the ball game, kind of a good 1-2 punch, both able to bridge the game, I guess, to get it into overtime. Fell behind in overtime as well. I think that speaks to this ball club. Even though you fall behind, you always seem to have that will to get back into a ball game.
Yeah, and it's so frustrating sometimes when you feel good about your game, but you're not making shots. And before the game, I was feeling so ready. I was like, oh my God, I really, really want to win this game, more than anything. I'm ready. I was all day. It was different for us playing at 7 because we usually play at 5:30, so it was a different preparation for the game and stuff. But I was so ready, and I'm glad that I could help the team with some shots at the first half, and Molly did a good job in the second half, and we played really well as a team. And with 5 extra minutes, I think it's more hard. It's not coach always says that we have to play hard, smart, and together. And with 5 extra minutes on the clock, it's hard to play smart because you're tired, but we were playing together, and I think that made the difference for us.
Well, sometimes in a victory like this, it speaks better to the ball club, makes you feel better than if you'd have, went out and won the game by 30 or 35 and said, all right, that's all right. To be tested like this and to answer that test, it's got to be very satisfying.
Yeah, because I think it's a test. I think when you win by 30, it's, you're winning the game. It's it's important and stuff, but you don't get to see the hard, I think, doing for your teammates, you're tired, and sometimes you need to go to the rebound, but you're so tired, but do it for your teammates. And I think that's what we did. So it worked well when we got the win. I'm so glad. I'm so happy.
That was a great job tonight. Say hi to everybody there in Brazil.
Hi.
There she is, Mariana Lambert, one of our stars of the game. We'll be back after this timeout, right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Massari Arena. Oh, boy, I almost blew a gasket there. The throat going away there, but we'll get it back. Might have to go into my emergency repair kit in the bag there, if you know what I mean. A little elixir. We'll have that after the game. But the Thunderwolves win it here. 65-60 is the final score. Let's recap the game here tonight. For those of you who weren't here, shame on you. You should have been, but you can come back. We'll let you redeem yourself Friday and Saturday out here for the shootout, semifinals, and finals. Thunderwolves actually fell behind early, 3-0. Tied the game immediately. We seesawed back and forth early in the game. Mesa led it 10-8, but that's when the Thunderwolves went on a big-time run. They ended up scoring 9 in a row to go ahead 17-10. They gave up a free throw to make it 17-11 at the end of the first quarter. Then the Thunderwolves continued their run. They scored the first 14 points of the second quarter, led it 31-11, and they were rolling at that point. But the Mavericks started to claw their way back in the ballgame. They got 2 huge three-pointers late in the first half by people you wouldn't expect to get them. Thompson hit one, and then Maluyo hit one right as time expired in the first half. Made it a 12-point lead for the Thunderwolves as we went to halftime. Thunderwolves got the first hoop of the second half, led it by 14 at 35-21. But then the Mavericks started to claw their way back in. They drew within 5 at 37-32. Thunderwolves got a free throw to go up 38-32. Led it by 6 at 40-34. After a couple of free throws, but then the Mavericks caught fire. They score the final 6 of the third quarter to tie it at 40 apiece. Then they score the first 7 of the fourth quarter, led it 47-40. But then Thunderwolves went to work. Molly Rohr hitting a couple free throws and a couple of baseline jumpers to get it within 1 at 47-46. They got a couple of free throws from Hine to make it 48-47. Mesa got the lead back at 49-48. But then the Thunderwolves scored the next 4, led it 52-49. But then a huge three-point play by Sydney Small. She drove right down the key, got around Piper and laid it in, drew the foul, hit the free throw, tied the game up at 52 apiece. A little under a minute to go at that point. Thunderwolves came down on their possession, ended up getting a traveling call on Piper out around the top of the key with 17 seconds ago. Mesa set up for what they hoped to be the winning shot. Small drove the baseline, tried to dish it back into the lane to Musante, who looked to be open, but the pass was knocked away. It was either Rohr, Molly wasn't sure if it was her or Piper, one of the big players inside, might even been Hine, I suppose, in there, deflected the pass. Piper actually ended up with the ball, dribbled across the timeline, launched. The ball rattled in and out. Joe Serby right next to me, my football partner, also writing here for the Chieftain, said it wouldn't have counted anyway. He thought the clock had expired, even if it had went in, but it would have been a great controversy, a great look at the video replay had that not happened. So we go to overtime, tied at 52 apiece. They get a three-pointer to start the overtime, led at 55-52. Thunderwolves then came back, though, with 5 in a row, led at 57-55. Mesa tied it at 59. Thunderwolves got tied it at 57, rather. Thunderwolves then, with 4 in a row to go ahead, 61-57. Adams hit a jumper to bring it to 61-59, but then the Thunderwolves got a couple of free throws to make it 63-59, and then one free throw by Mesa, cutting the lead to 3 at 63-60. But then the Thunderwolves get 2 free throws to close it out. They win the ball game 65-60. Taking a look at the final numbers, the box score from tonight's ball game. Thunderwolves with 2 players in double figures. They both were our star of the game interviews. Mariana Lambert finishes with a game high, season high, 16 points. Well, for that matter, career high for the Thunderwolves. 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 3 shooting threes, 4 of 6 from the free throw line for a 16 points to lead the Thunderwolves. Molly Rohr had 15 tonight, 4 of 15 from the field. It was a struggle, a good defense on her, but she had 7 of 8 free throws in the pressure cooker, and she finishes with 15. Dee Arrieta hit a couple of key free throws late as well. She finishes with 9, had 2 field goals, both of them three-pointers, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Tule Sue Anderson, a little bit of an off night, only played 18 minutes tonight, but had a key hoop late in the second half, plus a couple of key passes, rebound, had a couple of steals on the night as well. She finishes with 7 points. After that, Ashley Piper with 5, Lauren Hine with 4, Angie Moore with 4, Shannon Patterson with 3, Jasmine Johnson with 2. Thunderwolves 18 of 53 from the field. That's 34%. They only shot 4 of 25 from the field in the second half. That's 16%, but they hold on and win it. But they were 3 of 3 in overtime. I guess that's when it counts right there. From the line tonight, from three-point line, they were 5 of 14. From the free throw line, 24 of 30. And in the final analysis, that's the difference in the ball game. For Mesa tonight, what a spirited comeback led by their star, Brianna Adams. She averages 17 points a game coming in. She ends up with 17 despite missing a good chunk of the first half. Ends up playing only 26 minutes tonight out of the 45 total. Had to sit a long extended stay in that first half. Eventually fouled out of the ball game, but she finishes with 17. Sydney Small, great second half. All 10 of her points coming in the second half. Loamanu with 8, Musante with 6, Ashley Stevens with 5, Jalen Duran, the freshman out of Pueblo South, she finishes with 5, played a great 4 game as well. 3 points for Malayu, 3 for Randrup Thompson, and Rivera also ends up with 3. 22 of 69 from the field. That's 32%, but they were 43% in the second half. They only shot 20% in the first half. And of 10 of 34 shooting threes, that's 29%. 6 of 10 from the free throw line, 60%. Thunderwolves were being out-rebounded by a good chunk early in the ball game, but as the game wore on, they started to take charge. They ended up out-rebounding Mesa tonight, 43-40. Roar with 8. Arietta and Lambert with 7 apiece. Hine had 6. Leading rebounder tonight for Mesa was Small and Adams. They end up with 7 apiece. Loamanu and Musante with 4 apiece. Thunderwolves with only 8 assists tonight on their 18 made baskets. 3 of those for Roar, 2 for Beagley, 1 for Arietta, 1 each for Hine and Piper. 11 assists tonight for Mavericks on their 22 made baskets. 3 assists for Rivera, 3 for Loamanu, 2 for Adams. 17 turnovers for each team. Thunderwolves had 4 block shots, 2 of those by Lambert, 1 each for Arietta and Roar. 2 block shots for Musante, 2 block shots for Stevens for the Mavericks. 8 steals for each ball club. 2 steals by Piper to lead the way there. A handful of players with 1 steal apiece. 2 steals tonight for Loamanu and Rivera for the Mavericks. Biggest lead of the night for the Thunderwolves was 20. Biggest lead of the night for the Mavericks was 7 when they led it 47-40 at the outset of the fourth quarter when they scored the first 8 points of the fourth quarter. Game was tied on 7 different occasions. We had 11 lead changes. Thunderwolves win it by the final score of 65-60. Other action tonight, we'll go to the men's side first here so we can just get you caught up on the Thunderwolves men. Spirited action tonight. They had a 10-point lead in the first half, but Fort Lewis, they haven't lost on their home court all year, and they showed why tonight. They came back, took the lead, had a lead up to 16 in the second half. Thunderwolves fought all the way back, got it within 2 late, then fell back behind by 5, got a 3-pointer by Golden to draw within 2 again with 5 seconds to go. They fouled on the inbounds pass. Fort Lewis hit 1 out of the 2 free throws, but in the final 5 seconds, Thunderwolves' 3-pointer at the buzzer was not good, and they end up losing. Their season is over, 89-86. Other scores in men's action tonight. Mines, they lead Adams State 67-53. Other finals tonight in the men's action. Metro State defeats UCCS 82-77. Mesa knocks off Highlands 95-77. On the women's side of the bracket, Thunderwolves are the only home team to win tonight in the shootout as they defeat Mesa here 65-60. The other road teams win tonight. Fort Lewis knocks off Mines 79-63. Colorado Christian defeats Black Hill State 71-59. UCCS knocks off Regis 71-68. There you go. That sets up now the shootout coming this Friday and Saturday. It'll be hosted right here at Massari Arena. Thunderwolves women will host it. And you know what, Carl? I know we're out of timeouts, but I'm going to ask you to play a quick little 30 here while I take care of one little final bit of business to tell everybody where we're going to be at, what we're got going on Friday night. So a quick 30. We'll come back. We'll wrap things up right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Massari Arena as we wrap things up. Just had to take care of a little bit of business to find out when we're going to play. We don't know yet. They haven't announced it. But the Thunderwolves will play Colorado Christian on Friday night. The other semifinal will be Fort Lewis against UCCS. 2 great women's college basketball games right back here at Massari Arena on Friday night. As soon as we find out who plays where, we'll let you know. But we'll have the action for you right here on Fox Sports Pueblo. The RMAC Shootout continues. Thunderwolves basketball right here on Fox Sports Pueblo. Well, people to thank here, of course, everybody at Mesa. They do such a great job with their athletic department there, and they give us everything we need and provide us with all the stats and all the numbers, the behind-the-scenes stuff. And they got a great program over there. They should be proud of this women's ball club. They played great tonight here, just not quite enough at the end, but their men's team will be on into the RMAC Shootout as well. Sean Pooley is the assistant athletic director, assistant sports information director, I should say, here for CSU Pueblo. Dax Larson is the sports information director. He's the assistant athletic director in charge of media relations, if you want the exact title. Joe Folda, the athletic director. Jim Turgeon, the head coach. And we can't let the season end without thanking Ralph Turner and Tommy Johnson for the men, everything they do for us all season long. Carl Lawrenson has been our producer and engineer tonight of Thunderwolves basketball. Good job by Carl. As always, I'm Jim Brooks, reminding you the final score here tonight. The Thunderwolves win it 65-60. They advance to the RMAC Shootout semifinals, which they will host here Friday night from Massari Arena. Until we talk to you then, this is Jim Brooks bidding you good night.
This has been CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350. Catch all of the action all season long right here. Pueblo's home for CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves athletics is Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.